This show contains content intended for adult audiences. The language is crass at best and downright insulting most of the time. This is all made for the sake of comedy and poor sophomoric taste. The skits are parodies, and any similarity to real people or stories is purely coincidental. Any insults hurled at any one human is made in jest. We're just covering our bases for when one of you skins your knee on an internet insult. We love you. Again, this is all a joke, whether you laugh or not. Not just the show, but this waking existence. The great cosmic giggle. Try not to take it seriously.
Let's just rock it.
Let's just do this, bud. One time.
You want to just rock it?
One time, bud.
I said this is the start of the Hoso Show, where we question everything that you know. This is the start of the Hoso Show, so sit back and let it flow, and let it go. Let it flow. Let it go. Let it flow. So come on, Hoosiers, get ready. Be there when times get heavy. World's got you down. Let us be your clown. Come on, Hoosiers, get ready. Come on, Hoosiers, get ready. Be there when thoughts get heavy. Yeah. Add your life. Let's go for a ride. So come on, Hoosiers, get ready. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hoso Show. That's on Monday nights at 7. We really appreciate all you guys tuning in on this wonderful holiday. You know what I mean? How you boys ready for this? Song about love. I'm gonna do a little part talking. Song about love, and then that was all I had to say.
Looks like we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. Might have taken the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it. But just look at us holding on. Still together, still going strong. You're still the one that I run to, the one that I belong to, still the one I want for life. You're still the one I love, the only one I dream of, still the one I kiss goodnight. Ain't nothing better. We beat the odds together. I bet we didn't listen. Look at what we would be missing. They said, I bet they'll never make it. But just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong
do this, Becky?
Call me Icebox.
Hey, Icebox. Some butter. Whoa. What's that cheerleader doing with the helmet on? That's not a cheerleader, that's my niece, Becky. She's pissed. Keep clear, Ice Chest. I'll have to mess up your face. Jump in the sand! Jump in the sand! Jump in the sand! The ball is loose. Hayden covers it up tighter than the lid on a pickle jar. Yes! That's my girl!
Still the one I run to, one that I belong to, still the one I want for life. Still the one I love, the only one I dream of, still the one I kiss goodnight. So glad we made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient, artificial intelligence, flora, fauna, fungi alike. To the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Let me turn this thing off. You sums of a bucks. You sums of bucks. I don't know how our levels are at. We are without. We're going to put you right there in the captain's chair, Jack. Guys, we're joined by Oscar de Mocambo tonight. Benny Boy, if you want, that's your mic there. If you don't want it to be on, we can just toggle that on and off. Red means you're good, red, so that's where you're at if you want to talk.
Is he on 3?
He's on 3. Actually, go ahead, press 3 on there and say hi to everybody, pal.
Hi to everybody, pal.
Oh, he did it.
Hi to everybody, pal.
We miss.
How we doing, guys? How we doing?
We
Nice to
are
see you.
definitely missing Mikey. We have bad news about Mike.
Did you hear what happened?
I actually, you told me you were going to tell me
Yeah, I did.
what happened with Mike.
Remember how he was super curious about that old mine shaft?
Yeah. Did he get stuck in the well?
He went down the mine shaft, dude. They haven't heard
Mikey's
from him
stuck in a mine shaft.
Yeah. Which maybe he said if I don't come back in like 30 to 40 days,
Okay.
send some
help.
help. Yeah.
Send some help. Okay. Well, start the clock. What is it? How many days is he in now? 2? 1?
He's probably at
12, 13 hours?
yeah. He's good. He's good.
What's
What's up, everybody?
Let's say hi to everybody. What do we got going on here? Guys, we're doing an Ask Us Anything
Oh
tonight.
yeah, ask us your
Everything is
questions.
on the table. Whether it's, do you need some advice for your life? We've got the answers. We're 40 and white and male. We've got the answers.
Things are going well for me.
Sure.
They're going well for me.
And listen, at the end of the day, we can look around and be like, who are you going to take advice from? Who runs the world? Not
Girls.
Beyonce, and it ain't girls.
Bianchi.
It's a lot of fellas that look just like us.
Yeah.
I mean, spitting image.
Well, she's trying to take our music, too.
I saw that. What's that? What's the deal
Don't
with that?
like it.
Not
Don't
a
like
fan.
it. Not a fan of that at all.
Not a fan at all.
Franklin? She's still in the Franklin?
Knock it off.
That's ridiculous. I've had it.
Enough.
Hoosier Sophisticate, a place where we try, weirdos try to spread unconditional love and where we attempt to question our preconceived notions of the world around us. Remember?
Thank you for getting that in, bud. Getting that in, bud. I want to talk to you about something. They're saying,
Hey,
hi, Ben.
April Fools! Mike is not stuck in a mine
No,
shaft.
Mike's
We
not
forgot
stuck. In
that.
We will tell you
April
the actual. We will
Fools.
tell you the actual
Yep.
whereabouts of
Yes,
Mike
we will, in
later
about
on
10
in the
minutes.
show.
Hello,
10
Jennifer
minutes.
Barrow. Hello, Rachel Marie. Hello, Tiffany Jones. Hello.
Oh, I gotta share
Hello, unnamed, not going to use your government name. Hello, Weed Weather and whatever. Hello, Michael Jones. Hello, Christopher and Rachel Crawford. Yeah, he did. He said Little Giant. See, you guys got a treat tonight, didn't you? You got a treat. Oh, my Aunt Lauren's in here. Sarah Khan. Julina. She hates that.
No,
With a
yeah.
fiery passion. But you
Okay.
know what? She got her shirt today,
I'm glad
so I
we
can
did
say
it.
whatever I want. Christopher Rachel Crawford says, "Hey Ben." Hello, Craig is what Julina said, and Scotty Trotter's watching. All right, guys.
Chad said Little Giant.
Yeah, he did. I love it. I love it.
Chad.
So,
Chad said Little Giant. Dude, Chad. What? What? Chad. He goes, Little Giant.
well, here we're actually taking it. We took a flyer out. Whether or not that's going to get, we flipped the video. We pitched it up. We pitched it down.
Why?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think Steve's on mescaline.
Chad got me with that one, Little Giants.
That looks good, dude. Hey, speaking of your freakish bald head,
What?
I went and saw our boy Duncan this weekend.
Yes, we bonded on that, dude.
And for real, guys, we want you to rapid fire some questions. You having relationship troubles? We got the answers.
Yeah,
You
we'll
having
answer.
financial
I have all of
We
your
got the
answers.
answers. Do you want to know something intimate about us? We got the answers.
Yep.
No, everything's on the table.
Everything you
I
wanted
will
to know
answer
about me.
Everything that is asked.
Do we
of
ask
me
each
tonight.
other questions?
Sure. If you want.
I got a list
I don't.
of questions I've been
I'm not
afraid to
curious
ask
even
you.
remotely about you.
I was like, I'm afraid to ask Craig these questions, and I've been keeping them in a little
Okay,
journal.
cool. Let's
since
get
then.
after it. Shirley Biesinger Martin is one of the comments. She's not here. That was just one of the comments. Okay, so, dude, I just want to. We got kind of a lot of things we're talking
Yeah,
about.
tell me.
But I want to tell you about this. Sound okay? Sounds good.
Oh, I would. Yeah.
Okay. We're running the show tonight. We're on the ones and twos tonight. On
Yeah,
our
we
own
sound
here.
great.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be bad. Shouldn't be bad. I have no idea what the song sounded like. I imagine probably
Oh,
brilliant.
Pitch perfect. Pitch perfect.
Shout out to
We know that it sounded fantastic.
Shout out to
thank
Big Ben on the Shruti.
I know, dude. His first Shruti
His
solo.
first Shruti solo.
I'm a
I
shrewd
got
man. What
excited.
can
You're
I
like
say?
Eddie Van Halen a Shruti box, dude.
Show us them Shruti.
So yeah, let's see them Shrutitis. I heard the craziest heckle I've ever heard at a comedy
I want
show.
to hear this. You've been holding this over my head like, I got a story for you. You'll never get it.
It was wild, bro. So there was three. There was a host of the show, and then you have like a local opener, and then there was the feature that's traveling with Duncan. Really funny gal. Then there's Duncan. I know. Believe me, I know, but I had to type it to you 3 times just to like really hammer home that I wasn't
swore
telling
you
a
were
joke.
joking. Yeah.
Anywho, so Duncan's like he's on fire. We just saw him. We just saw him a month ago. I would say
Put him out, man.
60 to 70% of the material was different, or even
does
like
a
the stuff
podcast.
that was
He's
kind
funny.
of even the stuff that was kind of repeating. You could tell he was working out. We were in the earlier show, 6:30 show. He's out there in a t-shirt. He's riffing a little bit, playing with the crowd, having
he
a
have
good
this
time.
on?
I did.
Do you remember you?
I didn't see it. We didn't cross paths. However, so all of a sudden, Duncan's like, he's on fire, and I know.
Did you put him out?
No, I let him burn. But he's like, the show is winding to his finale. Like he's getting to it, and we've heard that. We've heard that joke, like what he's lining up, and then out of nowhere from the back, this gal goes, "He's just gonna tell me to shut the fuck up," and Duncan goes, I'm sorry. This is the strangest heckle I've ever been a part of. And he goes, this is very strange for me, ma'am, because you weren't talking. So I have a feeling that you probably took too many mushrooms, and the voices inside your head you thought were coming out loud.
Did he have the mushroom jokes where he's like,
He hadn't at this point. But like the thing
where
is,
he's talking
is
about the
that-
paranoia and he can hear the thoughts in their head? Did he do that?
He did not do that. And so this is
Just for
happening
our show he
this
did
is
that?
happening organically. This is happening organically, and he is like, I think that he's breaking down the process of what made this girl just blurt this out, and he's like, I'm sorry. He goes, we'll get through this kind of quick. He's like, what's your name? And she's like, meow. And then her friend's like, meow. He's like, meow, meow. So now this is where he draws the conclusion. He's like, oh, this person is frying. And so like she was telling the voices in her head audibly throughout this, like in front of all of these people, to shut up. And so finally he's like, you're going to be fine, meow, meow. Everything's going to be okay. He's like, but shut the up! He's like, I'm sorry. It seemed like you were asking me to do that. Maybe it was like a BDSM play or something. Dude, everyone in the room is rolling laugh. Like, this gal is gonzo. And
Yeah, thank God, because if you just did that and no one laughed, like, it kind of scared me at first. If you're like, oh my God, this is getting intense in here.
And Landon's
Shut
like,
up.
Meow Meow is never going to forget. Like, Meow Meow is going to go home and have a really hard time. This is my 16-year-old son. He's like, I got a feeling Meow Meow's going to have a pretty hard night for the rest of the night.
Meow meow.
Rest
R.I.P.
in
Meow
peace,
meow.
Meow Meow. So she passed.
She died. Yeah. They actually killed her. And they were like, you talk to her, don't get set.
You're on mushrooms. You're gonna OD.
going down.
You're gonna OD and die off it. Do you have a picture of her?
I don't even know what she looked like. I think she was wearing cat ears, maybe.
I have a picture of Meow Meow.
Okay, we got people
We have
that are getting no questions yet. The bottom of Craig's hat is trippy. Oh, am I wearing a green hat today? I am.
That is
okay.
trippy.
Trippy, bruh. Trippy, bruh. Jenna Kroll's watching. Hello, Jenna. I was just remembering the time you wore green eyeshadow on your live. I was way too stoned to deal
When did
with
you
it.
wear
What's up,
green
Rick?
eyeshadow
I think
on
she's
your
talking
live?
to Rachel
Sure,
Starling at this
she
point.
is. Sure.
Completely understand the issue now. Listen,
I like how people are tagging all your friends. They said if you want
I enjoy
more
that as
views,
well.
you have to comment and tag. So comment and
yes,
tag.
comment and tag and like and
Comment
follow and share and all of that jazz. Guys, you want to ask me something? You got some questions? Did we have some questions from the audience?
Well, this is the gabbing portion of the show. I don't know.
let us gab.
We're gabbing right now. I don't know. It's I'm out in the cabin and I've been just gabbing.
And stabbing.
Oh.
Gavin Stabbing, dude. That's a new show. It's a new show on OnlyFans.
Yes. Anyway. The bidet. I'm a bidet guy. We're bidet people here.
If you're not a bidet person,
we're all
listen,
bidet people.
I know we're
here.
trying to get as many people in this broadcast as we can. If you're not a bidet person, do us a favor and leave kindly
Yep, leave.
forever.
Get gone.
And
Get
maybe,
gone. Go
maybe
now. Get.
don't go out in public ever again with your unwashed anus and just figure your life out before you try to go be somebody else's problem with your unkempt rectum, okay? Get a bidet and clean your butt. Go.
Are you trying to smear?
You smearing freaks.
You get mud on your arm, you just wipe it. You just
With a
wipe
paper
it in
towel?
with a paper
Not
towel,
even like
dry
a wet
paper
wipe?
towel.
Let me just wipe this
Just
in
smear it.
with
Yep,
some
that got the
8
dirt.
ply paper.
Oh, it's in the
only
fold.
reason you have plies is so you don't get on your hands. Okay.
I got mud in the crease of my elbow, Craig. Right here, I have mud in the crease of it.
Yeah.
I got a dry paper towel just rubbing
Yep.
it. That's good.
That's real good.
Oh, would you look at that when
Look.
you spread it
Oh,
open?
look
Would
at
you
that. Now
when
it's
you
all
spread
over the
it
place.
Wide open. It's everywhere, stinking up the place. It's just stink.
Yeah. And if you'd have hit it with a hose,
If you'd have hit it with if you take your hose, put your little thumb on it. I was bideted. I was betrayed.
this is an
by the
anti-schmear
bidet.
campaign.
I was betrayed by the bidet. I was bideted. Betrayed?
Hang on a second. This is actually game-breaking, life-changing information. Our boy Ross, it's been a hot minute. He said, did you know that they make an aftermarket kit that makes the stream wider? Now
I don't need a wide stream.
I got a real accurate stream.
How wide does this stream need to be,
Bro.
dude? It's a knot,
Listen,
bud.
dude, you know how blown out is
What is
this
it? Is
thing,
it a
pal?
fire hose he's
Yeah,
got
what
under
are
there?
we
Just
doing here? You got window washers down there?
What's
That could
that?
be cool.
The fan spray on the nozzle when it just gives you that fat fan spray? Is that what he needs?
I guess so.
Dang,
Strange.
Ross. God, I've
I
seen
would
it.
like it if it was like a like the power washers that kind of work in a spiral.
1,000,000%.
Not like a wobble socket. And now all of a sudden you're kind of cleaning inside out.
You're having some fun then.
You know what I mean?
You're having a good time.
You're having a real good time. Might have a hard time getting any production out of me. I'm working from the crapper.
Yeah, that's going to be an event if I figure out that.
Oh, don't act like you haven't spent a little time in county. That's what Russ said.
I knew him from somewhere.
I knew you did.
They have a
Okay,
different
so you
kind
had
of bidet in county, I hear.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
His name's Paul.
Human bidet, Paul Bidet.
Paul Bidet. He's French. No,
John
I mean,
Bidet Ramsey.
I don't know.
That's so good.
Depends
That
on
is
how.
so
It depends
good.
on. Depends
It's
on.
fine. It's been long enough.
Oh yeah, it depends on how nice of a story you want. How much you want to church that story up. Never mind. I'm not telling that joke. Go ahead.
I'm sitting on the bidet and I'm having a whole mess of a time. Okay, it's a mess of a time. Sometimes the bidet will betray you if you still have some coming out, and you spray it and it's like it meets and it's like a tube. Like,
oh, it's one of my favorite things.
yeah. While it's coming out,
Sometimes if you're having a hard time working,
you'll
things
coax it out.
Yeah,
You'll coax it.
If you
I'm
turn
a-
up the,
I'll
if you
coax
crank the
it.
heat, okay.
I'm
Okay,
a
we're on the
coaxer.
same page. But you're talking about like if this all of a sudden you thought
If
you were
you're
done.
shooting it out hard
Yeah.
and it's shooting up hard,
Are you just
it
hang on
creates-
real quick? Are you just running the line wide open the whole time?
I have.
Okay.
I've been known to.
I'm not judging you.
I've
'cause
been
I have
known-
to.
yeah.
In the summertime when I'm feeling like I need to hydrate a little bit, but I'm drinking from both ends.
I know.
I'll sit there ice cold, turn it down, and then I'm chugging here, I'm chugging there. If you know what I'm saying. It all meets in the middle.
I'm at 30,000 psi by the time we're done with it. Okay, it's bleached.
You
by
look
the time
like
I'm
you
done
look
with
like
it.
Violet Beauregard after she chewed the gum, got to the blueberry pie.
Yeah. Okay. They don't
Deep cut.
He's like, Steve's a little slow. He's a little slow.
He's my new favorite
Yeah, I
intern.
know. He's
my
good.
new
I don't
favorite
like
intern.
this.
I'm like, this dude gets it.
He does.
Here's my second favorite intern to come move the camera.
Yeah, come on, rub on. There you go. Rub up on it.
Jack
There
that
you
camera.
go.
Oh, put it on there.
Yeah.
Wrap your towel around it.
So I got my. You want to hand me that thing? I'll tell the story with that thing. Are you not allowed to touch cats or something? What is it? Grab that thing.
I didn't know which thing you were
It was a very random word to use
Grab
to
me that
describe
thing.
the cat
Grab me
that
that
is moving. Hey, can you hand me that thing? There's 500 things.
electronic device, perhaps. Not your fucking cat.
Oh, write his name down. He's fired. He said a pee-pee word.
Oh, that's okay.
Bleep him.
That's okay. I'm done. I'm done cleaning it up. It doesn't make any
Yeah, you're right.
difference.
It's the day. It's the day where we do jokes.
Yep.
So all these cuss words are jokes
That's
today.
right. It's opposite
a joke day. Yep. So I'm riding that thing, and I got a mess on my hands. It's there may be a hemorrhoid situation. I don't want to get too into it, but it's just blowing me wide open. It's blood and feces just everywhere. It's like the Candyman bathroom. Okay. So I'm like, I gotta flush this while because I can't look down. It's too much of a mess in there. So I go to flush, and I didn't realize that.
She's fine.
No, I'm just looking at her. She could use a bidet.
This is what they do.
She could use a bidet.
That's ridiculous.
Um,
I just got excoriated by my sister.
Why?
Because we're not talking about God, we're talking about buttholes. But she's acting like God's not in the butthole. God started in the butthole.
Exactly.
That's where we started.
Where do you think I found him?
We were all beeholes first,
Yeah,
and we grew out from that. That's actually, I think, true. Like we start as buttholes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
like a
first
knot. It's the
mouth.
knot.
It's a mouth at one end and a butthole
It doesn't
at the
matter,
other.
sis. If you hang around, we'll get to the Shruti box and chanting later. This is the
Yeah,
gab
we opened
portion.
with.
Sorry
Yeah,
that
it's
you
gab.
tuned in so early.
Listen. Anyway,
It's so funny. We
I
never saved
flushed
this for
it.
the third hour. We just
I
hit him
know.
right after.
Speaking of buttholes, there's a really interesting comment from Anand.
That's my
Aptar?
sister.
Yep.
This is what I was saying. Hit me up with it. What was it? Now I'm gonna. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that to me. Read it, Ben.
I just always have mixed feelings, like so much love, because I know you guys are just making fun of life. You're both genuinely great people. Also, my weird spiritual self has always wanted to be like, hey, why can't we talk about God or ways to expand ourselves and use this time to be elevating ourselves? But I guess God is butthole talk too. Just my authentic thoughts that happen when I tune in with you goofballs.
Good point.
You're 100% right, sis. You're 100% rice. You're 100% rice, and you're also right. We will. God is in the song, but the devil's in our feet. And right now, the meat and potatoes is in the bidet tuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, let
me finish this story.
Please
up.
do. Please do.
So there I am, just hammering. Just hammering away at it. Thanks for reading that comment, by the way.
It's my favorite.
I'm going to see this one out. I'm going to see this out. I'm going to see the play out.
I would love to
the
see
game plan. Yeah, we'll readjust at halftime.
We're not adjusting. We're not adjusting in the middle of the quarter.
No,
we're
I'm
gonna
going to see
go
this
inside,
out.
we're gonna get up
Listen, we did a walkthrough for a reason.
it.
I'm going to run these plays.
I got it.
So this thing is just lapping at the donut of Zeus, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. Go ahead. Don't let me derail you.
So I want to flush the porcelain throne.
Okay.
And I hit the silver and metallic plunger atop the.
What are you, Hemingway? Just tell the story.
I wanted to church it up a little bit, so it didn't,
I never met an adjective he could pass up. I got you.
I press the button.
Uh-huh.
It gives this a pushback feel. I have the top where it flushes from the top. So the tactile.
You're highfalutin.
I hate it. So then I'm like,
you don't have the
I
actual-
push the number 2, the big button.
Yeah.
The larger button.
Okay.
The button that you don't press a lot of the times. Not the smaller one.
Yeah, I got you.
I hit that and the water turns to like a dragon blowing flames out of its mouth up towards it. Had pulled all the cold water out of the shooter. So my first instinct is to leap off of said toilet.
You took because you flushed.
It's
during.
running.
You flushed during. Bidet's
It's running. I kind of looking down. I'm like, not cool. I hit the flush, and it is so hot so instantly that I go, "Ah!" Like it pushed me off. So I'm
you
now
have an
on the
arch of
ground.
boiling hot water.
Now it's boiling the paint off my wall. It's shooting out towards the wall in my bathroom, and it's
got a
just
situation.
I got a situation.
Pants around your ankles, you can't move.
I can't go back across the crossfire because
Absolutely not. You're gonna
I'm
get-
on the other side. I need to get around to the
controls.
to the control panel. I can't get to the dang control panel, man. So I'm bobbing and weaving. The water is hitting off the wall and just spraying everywhere. My back, it shot me right up my back.
You're now
scalded. I don't know what's what, man.
scalded.
What is this wetness? You know when you're in the bathroom and you're like, I got wetness in a weird place. I have wetness right here. That's not good. You know what I mean? You know you don't know what that is. You just get a little wetness. It's like did some pee fall? What happened, dude?
Yeah. I do know what you mean.
So, yeah, that's basically it. Then I figured out the controls, got to it, had to clean up the water, had to pick myself up off the floor. It was not a good moment.
Finished crying
dude.
before you went back out in the public.
A good moment for me, as like just laying there naked and panicked,
And you're just
like with my pants around my ankles.
I'm picturing Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber whenever he's in the truck stop bathroom and he's just kind of crying down by the toilet.
Yeah, except my pants were around my ankles.
Yeah,
and I just had feces everywhere, dude.
So anyway,
God talk. Let's get to the God talk.
Let's get to the God. I mean, it's never.
Sometimes I'm like, man, why are we here? You know, it's like
sometimes
it's crazy.
I'm like that sometimes.
Hey, I got an idea for the second hour. We could lay on this thing, all three of us.
Okay.
Two one way,
and one the other way.
So
Okay.
4 sets of feet
Seems
and
a
some
little
stinky
steamy.
guys' feet and face.
Got one guy on the bottom, the other guy lays over the top of him with his head in between his feet, and the other guy lays back across his feet on top of his head.
I'm game. Let's do
I
it.
think I'm
I've read the
thinking
Kama
do it all
Sutra
the way
before.
Sideways.
I'm sponging what you're spilling. We could probably spoon 3 deep if we took these cushions off this couch.
All right.
So it's April Fool's Day, bud.
Yep.
You comfy? Oh! Is this? Let's do.
This is what I'm talking.
Let's do the new bit. Steve is in therapy. Craig is his therapist. Let me get a notebook real quick. You're laying on my couch. All right. Start up talking about God and then segue into an orgy. Yep, that tracks. Reality is a mere thought of imagination, not just what you can see or touch, right? Like feelings and memories. So in reality, your memories are what make your relationships and friendships, right? So my question is, do you really lose people since in reality the relationship is memories and they last forever? What do you think, Steve?
Oh my God, I love that. I think about that a lot with. I'll give you an anecdote,
Okay.
Doctor. The people I'm working for, I try to make a connection with the people I'm working for just because I'm in their house, and I try to make it as enjoyable as a process it can possibly be with some stranger in your house banging and clanging around. You don't know if they're know what they're doing or not. You hope, So I just try to make it as not as chill as possible, but just as enjoyable as possible. You know what I mean? And the guy, I've done a couple jobs for him, and we've formed a pretty good relationship. And he actually has sons, which now that I think about it, it's kind of messed up, man. But he has roto zips that his dad gave him, and his dad was like a craftsman. So it's funny. A lot of these guys I work for, a lot of their dads, they knew how to do something. They knew. He's like, oh, my dad used to do stuff like this. Wish I could call him. His dad had passed away, but he handed me this roto zip tool. And I was like, immediately, hey, man, tell me a story about him. Tell me what's the deal. And he was a salesman who traveled to Africa and all. He was from Puerto Rico. He loved basketball. He loved the Harlem Globetrotters. And I ain't paying you $200 an hour again. You ain't tricking me again, dude. But so I was like, okay, the memories, because the memories are what keep people alive. So you're only alive in thought a lot of the time anyway. Unless you're 100% with the person, they're only alive in your thoughts anyway. That's why death, it's kind of a weird thing because it's that final seal that you'll never see them again. There's that meme about how the kids are all sitting around the rock in their neighborhood or the sewer or wherever kids hang out. And it's like, yeah, we all sat there one time for the last time. And we didn't even know it. You know what I mean? So it's like, these memories are exactly what they are, and even the science behind memories they're never the same. Each time you remember it, you remember it a little bit differently. Yeah. So you have these altered memories, you dream certain things up. But if you create enough memories within other people, so I tell my kids memories that I have of my grandma. She lives on in those memories. Now, maybe one day they'll tell, then people do eventually disappear. The memories of people disappear. Yeah, man. And that's the doing your life is that mandala that the monks put together with sand, and then at the end they're just
impermanence. Yep.
They just wash it away after just hours and days of painstaking, everything perfect, trying to, and then they just wash it away because that's what it is.
It's a good analogy. The mandala in the sand, and then they just wash it away.
Yep, because it's the most intricate, beautiful thing that you could ever imagine. Different colors.
Yeah, I love it.
They're tapping the little parts that come out of that thing.
I watched it on Samsara. The
so cool. And then it starts as nothing. It starts as a few grains of sand. Then it
they're
builds
just shaking
up,
them out.
Then it builds
before
up.
You know
then
it's
it builds
a table as big as the whole room, or it's
And it took them all that, and they're just like.
Yep.
And it's we're only here for a minute. Make as much impact, I guess, as you can, or don't. Whatever you're into.
Yeah, I think
you know what I mean.
It's actually the opposite of that. I think that lesson in impermanence, is don't worry about the influence. Don't make things for the way that they can influence or whatever. Just make something beautiful because you are a beautiful creation that is of this thing. And this thing, in a very zoomed out way, is also of this thing. If you get to make the reflection, if you get to make the big thing prettier, even if just for a second, and you're the only one that gets to do it, it's worth doing. It's time well spent. I don't know. Well, it makes me think about a lot of stuff, like content creation in general and things like that. Or art in general is I think the worst trap in art. I'm my biggest critic. I don't think anything I do is any good, and not much is. But every now and then something will hit. And what's funny is the things that people celebrate the most. And it's like why Radiohead doesn't play Creep. Play the song. People the song that they like the least that probably challenges their artistic abilities the least and everything else is the one that hits. And it's like, that's so interesting because like when I think about art and whether or not it's good, there's always like this voice of, I don't even want to say evil, but like this voice that says it's not good unless it's accepted by all or by many, you know, which that's not the case. No. Like my favorite music is stuff that most of my friends don't like at all, just because it resonates with me. That tracks, you know, and most of the music my friends like makes me want to die.
Trash. I will be first to admit it. I'll be the guy at the concert going, are they going to play Creep? Like, are they ever going to get to that? Like, that's what I came here to see them. I am that guy. I want to be, okay. I want to be deeper. But,
real quick. Yes, just can't make new memories, but yet can make new memories about the memories you were talking about. Like having those memories live on with your kids or
your synapses.
Building things around that too, I think. Like doing things in memory of somebody then creates, like we have a washer tournament that we do.
For sure.
Like my on the Wheezy side of the family, they do the Wheezy Cup, right? And like that was a whole thing to bring the family together. Well, now this year, someone who's there for every one of them passed away, and so it's like this next one, even the little kids who never experienced that tournament with the person that was helping put it on and everything, will now partake in this thing that person helped build, and their memory actually keeps that thing alive. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. That takes me kind of in another direction, but thought I think often is America as a whole. Are we missing that link to a lot of our ancestry? Because the people who farmed the land, lived the land, breathed the land, died on the land, a lot of the Native Americans, their culture is gone. And if you go to places where the cultures are real old, it's like, God, we have this link to our ancestors and all this, whether it be good or bad. And I wonder if that is kind of a problem in American society, to where, we're kind of so new and we're like these children of immigrants, because we're like, oh yeah, I'm Greek or Portuguese and stuff. It's like, no, we're American, like obviously. Sure. But I just wonder if that affects the psyche of America at all. Like not having deep-rooted ancestral people of the hills, the rivers, the land.
I don't think that that's really super unique to us. I mean, I think Europe is a similar thing. I think you have to tap into. I mean, there's certainly cultures that have been kind of locked in, and like Japan has like a great ancient culture. China has great ancient culture, but like European culture is a hodgepodge of people moving all throughout the continent. Africa kind of the same way. Yeah. I mean, in the more remote
Middle Eastern
areas of the I mean, in some of the more, but even that all started. You know what I mean? Like
I'm saying they have stories from like 2,000 years ago. Easy Egypt. What do they say? Totally. Now, what do they say?
Oh, well, I mean, it should be way older.
4,000.
Yeah, they say like 4,800 or something. Yeah.
But so it's like, okay, we do have some like, and I don't know if it's, like I said, good or bad. I think a lot of that whole, hey, my ancestors are from here, I belong here. It's like, I get that to a point, but also I'm like, we're like real close to talking about like, yeah, I'm gonna get them. It's like, okay, settle down, like ancestor. I just think I've often thought that, wow, I wonder if that's like, because nothing's old here. That's one thing. When I did go to Europe, I'm like, oh, that's from 1326. That's from 1100. And here I'm like, the oldest thing in Missouri was in my old neighborhood. And it was like this little cottage house.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Crown de
Yeah, they moved it. Yeah, it's like a little stone house that was like the only thing out there for a long time.
Yeah, like 1768
or something. And I'm like, that's wild, dude. That's like, but I'm like, that's not that
I mean,
old.
there is stuff throughout the country that maybe goes back as far as like the 1500s, like St. Augustine, stuff like that. But then whenever I went out to Utah, there are definitely some pretty giant native sculptures, pyramids that I don't know how old they are. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not even sure they're as old as we would want them to be, but it's, I mean, a giant ziggurat in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I've never heard of this thing in my life. It's just in the Valley of the Gods in Utah, and you're like, of course it's in the Valley of the Gods. Like, there's nothing else around. That's exactly what I would do, is build a giant pyramid here. What the hell's in the pyramid? I've never heard of this.
It's crazy because we
Good evening, Allison.
having like, I don't know. I think there is something to being able to say my ancestors swam in these rivers in this part of the world or whatever, to be like, I always want to go back to Greece. You know, I want to visit the motherland or whatever, just to kind of, there's something in me that, you know, my dad used to always joke. He's like, why are you so into being Greek? Like, he didn't care. Like, his parents were both Greek, and he's like, I'm an American dude. I'm trying to fit in. And I'd be like, hey, there's American kids here, Greek kids over here. Looks like I'm by myself again. You know what I mean? I was just like a weirdo about it. And he's like, why do you? I don't understand why. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like a calling inside of me to be like, these where my people are from. You know how we joke around that it's
I'm way
like
attached to my.
hey, he's the village runner. Like, it'd be neat to know, like, actually, in like 30 generations ago, your little tribe, they were little runners. That's why their peepees are so small. They would want to get caught on a branch or something. So that explains that.
They didn't want to like get caught up in a root system.
Yeah, all the dudes are really big packers.
They were falling way behind, constantly having to. It's like fishing with kids, and you're always getting their snags out of the trees. Like, damn it, am I ever going to get to cast today? Hang on a second. Let me help you.
The treble hooks in there. Thorn bush.
What's up, Shirley?
So that explains that.
Okay, so I'm more attracted to the out of the ordinary than I am to the ordinary. Let's see what else here. To remember our ancestors is important because we know who we are, our history, and to preserve traditions and values that runs in the family for generations. I agree. Well, I agree I'm also attached to, my grandpa was from Portugal. I'm a mutt otherwise. Most of us are mutts otherwise. Yeah. And also, I'm sure my Portuguese family are some kind of European mutts too.
Yes.
You know, like that guy, but also, like, it's cool. And it's like my grandpa had like a lot of like old traditions and stuff that he definitely brought from Portugal. Though, on the same, to the same token, like on my dad's side, they were mostly German. I think maybe going back, like, maybe my great-great-grandfather came from Germany, because my great-grandfather, he lived in North St. Louis, he's like a doctor, but they all spoke German. But they did not allow their kids to speak German. Like, it was strictly forbidden to learn German.
Verboten?
It's verboten. It was not welcome.
Do we have any Germans here with us tonight? Is there any Germans? 9, we don't.
That was a 9 from the crowd. But like,
which is
like
actually,
there was
yes,
a time, like
you
have to like you talk about, like, there was a time in America when we were talking about American exceptionalism and what it was to be an American and assimilation. Oh, you want to immigrate? You're always welcome. Bring me your poor, bring me your masses, as long as you understand that this is now the thing. It ain't that thing. You left that thing.
Get that
thing ain't all that great. You left that thing for me, babe. Forget her name.
Yep.
You know,
forget all the music.
Forget everything. Forget everything you ever knew about
all the shows you guys watched
because
together.
we need your brain blank and easy to be written on. Okay, now
we're gonna
mold lesson,
ya.
Number 1. We're number 1.
Yes.
Second lesson. Number 2. If anybody says we're not number 1, we kill them to stay number 1.
Because guess what? They sound like a likely suspect to be number 2.
That's right. And the best way to keep number 2 below you is to
below them.
Yeah. Well, that makes number 1 for a second. That makes them number 1. German, Italian here. Okay. All right. Totally. You're completely comprised of the Axis powers. Fine.
Yeah, anybody a native?
That one, guys. Maybe
we got any natives in the group?
I mean, I don't know. I got some.
I might be native.
I got some Blackfoot in me.
Where's the punchline?
I have
I got some Blackfoot in me. It's probably
black. I got a little black fist in me.
I have just enough Cherokee to not be able to grow substantial facial hair.
Are you really?
I do.
Oh,
so we got one in the room. I didn't even need to look
because everybody's got a little Cherokee in them.
Cherokee people,
nothing but my buffalo briefs.
Cherokee tribe. I'm just fascinated.
We got a 16th native here.
Do you think that the people that came here can respect the land like the natives did, though? Like, you know, like, because they had
Can they? Sure.
You know, like that area you saw in Garden of the Gods where it's like, this is a sacred place.
Yeah.
Are there any sacred places besides buildings that we've built here where we're like, this structure is a church? It's sacred.
Utah. But I mean, it's all natural.
That's what I'm saying.
But,
We need
like,
more natural things.
Dude, the entire state of Utah.
We
they
have
call-
owned all the natural glory. We're like, oh, there's natural glory. That used to be somewhere where people used to gather and all be in communion together. Well, sorry, now it's owned by one person. I'm thinking this out right now. It's a bad idea that the natives lost. How did the natives lose?
how many reasons did you want? Also,
Let's not get into it.
No, like, get me fired up.
Yeah,
now.
this guy's
I
very
always-
anti-Native
I always
American.
enjoy- I am not.
Oh, he is. That's his
I'm
number
not, but-
one thing.
but
That's his
my
number one
my
thing.
number one thing is like that everybody at least not pretend that like Native Americans across America were like just holding hands and being like, "Oh, how nice to meet you. You guys are our
of course
friends.
you'd go there and
You're
be
our
like-
friends, and we're your friends, and there's no way that we're gonna do
The
anything
Iroquois
that-"
Nation.
These people were.
The Iroquois Nation lived in peace longer than any society in the history of mankind,
and
bud.
you know what? You know what got them?
Got him nothing. Got him
Greed
nothing.
got them, bud. You want to know why?
dude, greed's
They
the
wanted
worst.
16 necklaces and 2 bracelets for the state of New York.
That's a good deal, dude.
It's not a bad deal. Honey, let's make some bracelets.
What's these bracelets made out of?
I know
All right,
the
what's the
boat.
next question
I know
we
the
got?
boat my great grandpappy Cater Edwards came over from the motherland on. Okay.
Tater
Mother
Edwards?
of God.
Tater Edwards?
Ben Pitzer. I can't. It's live. Okay. My great grandma was full Cherokee, and great grandpa
Ooh,
was German. I'm like
nice.
80% English, 10% German, 5% Micronesia. How did
No,
that happen?
that's Zoolander.
Micronesia.
That's not a real place.
That's.
Prime Minister of
I'm just wondering
Micronesia.
how you pick up 5% along the way. Is this like a
easy.
Willy Wonka situation?
Easy.
This is they were saving them. They were saving them from the hornswogglers and the vermicious knits,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, come with me."
Willy
I'm glad you guys picked it up.
Wonka.
South Dakota. No, that was just one of the comments. It's just,
Alabama, Arkansas. I sure love my ma and pa, and you love my life.
we think someone was in prison in Australia. That would be a way to swing through
I choose
Micronesia.
you.
Swing through Micronesia. and
Micronesia's
pick
not a
some
real
up.
place, dude. That's hilarious. That's
It's
funny.
the
She's
smallest
funny.
part of Indonesia, dude.
It's micro.
It's micro, pal. Unlike Meganesia.
Oh, dude, that Meganesia.
Meganesia, there's some wild stuff going on in Meganesia. A lot of elephantitis, too, which is weird.
Mondonesia is cool.
Hey, guys, we want you to keep rapid firing questions.
Yeah,
guys.
we
that
got,
was a good
we got
one. That
one.
was a great question.
We got
from Rick.
one question.
That was a
Good
great
job,
question
everybody.
from Rick.
It was a great question.
And I get it. You guys probably think, man, Rick really set the bar high. And
Yep.
you're right. So don't shit yourself. So
don't
give
crap
us a
your
good,
pants.
give
Don't
us a
crap your
good,
pants.
give us a good question. Oh, someone did mention my shirt. I'd like to show it off.
Okay.
Because, of all of the, you got to show off your Johnny Pemberton merch, which was Goldman Sachs. In
Bass
the
Pro.
shape of the Bass Pro, which is great. I opted for the Patagonia logo.
That's good. Are you taking off your shirt right now?
Defunct company, but Monsanto. So this podcast is brought to you by Monsanto, registered trademark. I think I'm Swedish, but I have no clue. Both of my parents were adopted, and so were their siblings. I know nothing beyond my parents' genealogy. Oh, don't bring us down here.
I got a question.
Hey, listen, don't be a genealogy rain cloud.
Yeah. See, he could be on the thing, dude. You want to try him?
Sure, yeah, you can do that.
Try it,
But
bud,
you
man.
have as
Just
much
have
fun
as
as you
much
want.
fun as you can.
You can have as much fun as you want. It's not
This
all
will actually tie into something. What time we got?
10 till the
All right,
break.
so we're going to. I got some that we can
That
all
one won't
answer.
turn off though. There's a couple of them that I gotta let you know.
He had
press a second.
he had good instincts. He has good instincts.
This thing is
And
awesome.
we're learning on the fly.
And you can scroll page to page, I think, too. This will lead us into one of our topics for the second hour, HoSo University.
HoSo University. I can't tell you how excited.
What hobby would you get into if time and money were not an issue?
You're asking me, or are we
Yes.
asking the crowd?
Yep.
What
They can answer too. I would love to
Okay.
hear their answers. 'Cause
What
it kind of goes on
hobby-
with that
if-
post.
If money and
Time were not an issue, you could learn anything you
skill.
want and try to become a master at it.
marble sculpture.
Yeah, you've been posting some.
I've always
wild
been into.
stuff.
I've always been into sculpture, and actually, I'm pretty decent at sculpting, but I'm not very good at reductionist art. So, like, I have a hard time starting with a big square substrate and then carving something out of it. But if I was building up with clay, I could.
Oh,
do
yeah,
that
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm always fascinated by people who can like pull something out of a cube of marble, like that one I posted with the nets. It's wild. I think that's
Dude, no, the one with the little angels or whatever. There's
that
little
was
people.
ivory. Yeah.
Oh, that was ivory.
That was
dude.
carved out of ivory.
What is the hardness scale?
I would say
Hans?
ivory's probably pretty light.
It's got
on
a
that.
cool name though, like the Holmes scale or the Ohms scale. It's got a goofy name.
Yeah,
hardness
look
scale.
that up. Hardness scale. Marble would be definitely more difficult, but I think that's what I would probably get into is because I know that it would take a long time. I know it would be relatively
Mohs,
the
M-O-H.
Mohs scale. I know it would be relatively expensive. Just to have that kind of just the raw materials would be pretty difficult.
Let's see where Marble's at.
Thanks,
on
buddy.
here. Marble.
Mind control, that's a good one. I want to take a trash dumpster to the Titanic.
What?
Well, that's what. If
that already, guys.
They did. It collapsed it pretty quick.
I'm gonna look up what marble is on the hardness scale. 3 on the Mohs, 10 is diamond, so it's considered a soft stone. That's amazing.
It's interesting. Marble's a soft stone.
Doesn't
I
seem
suppose
that.
doesn't seem that.
I guess because it's porous and you can kind
Yeah.
of rub it,
Yeah.
make it go away.
I suppose so.
Kind of just rub it.
But I think that would be fun to learn.
You know
Or
what?
like chainsaw carving. That would be fun.
Really?
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of neat.
See, that's I wouldn't think I would do anything
Some
dangerous.
kind of art medium. Like
Yeah,
that,
you got
that's,
money and time to do whatever you want,
Yeah.
man. I wouldn't mind, and this is like, I mean, I've never really been a guy. I guess I've had a need for speed my whole life. You know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
used to drive fast, kind
Ooh,
of.
I know where
I've
you're
just
going with
never
that.
had a fast car. I would just love to learn what like a really good race car
Or stunt driver?
knows. Exactly same on the same way. Like I really would love to get good at being like
Pulling
I
a
can
handbrake and-
yeah,
yeah.
I can move my back end around. I can burn the
Yeah,
back
that's cool.
tires while
Dude,
I'm
that's
going.
totally within
Or I can
reach.
go out on a track and find the right line and let the car kind of talk to me where I'm like, oh, because I was driving around in Dodge Stratus. I got 2 Dodge Stratuses in a row because of the Saturday Night Live skit where Will Ferrell was like, I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Yep.
I bought 2 of them because I thought it was so funny. And so I was like, yeah, he's going to be another Dodge Stratus, whatever we got to do to make that happen. So I wasn't really like in a race car ever, but that thing would even kind of whip around a little bit. And I was like, man, I couldn't imagine like really good engineering behind
It'd be
these
fun.
really good cars. And, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, what they've been able to
Sure.
accomplish through F1, like they're the baddest dudes on the planet.
For sure.
They're in the running
Sure.
for the baddest dudes on the planet. That would be fun. That or crocheting.
Oh, crocheting's cool too.
That'd be cool to learn how to like.
Yeah. I do have a couple, and I'm hoping, because it's going to segue, we're going to talk about a little bit in the next hour. There are some things that people talked about as we talk about HoSo University that I would be pretty interested in learning. I'll tell you
Thank
what,
you.
we're pretty
Thank you.
close. We're pretty close. Feel free to
do it
give us
all
all
the
the
time.
cheers.
Yeah.
What I was going to tell you is on the last page. So if you page all the way over to the right, there are 3 little things along the bottom there. The one that isn't in logos. If you just choose any one of those, don't press it yet. But if you just choose any one of those and we're ready to go to the break, that will be what we'll use for the break there.
Whichever one you want. Dealer's choice.
So do you want to hit a break? Grab a drink? And,
Yeah, we can do that.
And then come back. We're going to talk about
HoSo
University. Maybe play a
University.
little tune or something. And then, I don't know, guys. Think of a question you want an answer to.
We had one.
The more ridiculous, the better. I like the big existential ones. You want to talk about God? I want to talk about God.
Talk about God. Tell your sister to ask a freaking question.
What's the deal
Oh,
with
we're
that?
talking about buttholes again. Ooh. Well, you know what?
You know what? Yeah, we are.
Fixer.
Yeah,
Be
we
a
are.
fixer.
Yeah, you know what? It's like we have to deal with every day in the page. We're like, God, what are we going to do? You can't delete the content because that goes against everything that we believe in. So we have to.
Oh,
we
I
have to-
delete
we
stuff
have to
all the time
We
in
have to
there.
balance this out.
I'm the shadow government.
you were telling me, you're like, man, you've been posting a lot of Marvel stuff lately. Sure have. A lot of art.
yeah.
You've been posting a lot of art and a lot of music and a lot of stuff that I think is cool.
And everybody's like, dork. Look
Yeah,
at
look
this
at this
dork.
nerd who likes marble
Art.
sculpture.
Oh, cool.
I was going to do a little comparison of Michelangelo's David and Donatello's David and Bernini's David.
Well, David, he did all right for himself.
He did
you ever
okay.
heard the story of David? Like the actual story of David?
I've heard a couple stories about David.
Really? Who he was in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biblical David?
No, the David from the statue, dog.
Tell me all about the David from the
Okay.
statue.
Well, he was a wild guy. Okay. The things,
How wild? Like fighting giants wild?
man, the things this dude would do
Mm-hmm.
for a few shekels, I can't even begin to explain on our new clean version of the show there, bud.
You're
No,
the
we
one
can
playing
go,
by that.
we can
dude.
go, we can go to break.
All right, pick one of those out there, Benjamin.
D. Lysergic acid diethylamide. D. Lysergic acid diethylamide. LSD.
It was like 1961 when I first heard of LSD through my friend Ken Kesey. He was part of an experiment that would get paid to take these various drugs that the government was trying out. Some were placebos, but there was one that was really good.
Some people think it's when Kesey discovers LSD that the counterculture in California is born.
Timothy Leary was telling students across the country to turn on, tune in, and drop out.
Dr. Leary, what are you up to here?
We teach the science and art of ecstasy.
He became convinced that LSD had the potential to be a tool for humanity.
Timothy Leary was the most dangerous man in America because the politicians do not want a country full of people that think for themselves.
There's nothing grown up or sophisticated in taking an LSD trip at all. They're just being complete fools.
When you think about widespread use of LSD in the 60s or MDMA in the 90s, how did that happen? Chemists had to make it. That's how it happened.
Owsley had the reputation, they used to call it Owsley's acid, and out of Southern California, it was the best acid you could buy.
He got busted in '67, and I got busted with him. They came in on us at our lab with guns drawn, 12 of them. You know, it was insane.
Police officers came with these black masks on. I just remember laying on the ground, and the guy's got a gun to my head, and I was actually tripping. You know, I was on LSD.
The government was saying this was the largest LSD lab in history, and we're sitting in a cell, and the future being extremely bleak.
These are profound stories, lives being happily lived and then torn apart that nobody knew about.
If it takes another 50 years of fighting these knuckleheads over the right to consciousness, I'll bring it on.
Here we are, it's two guys talking about things that aren't buttholes and closer to God. That's what we do because we are pretty cool. Hey, what are we going to do with the rest of our lives? We don't know. We don't know. What am I doing tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully I'll just be the same old me. Hopefully I'll change a little bit. Hopefully I'll change a little bit. Is that Hey, Craig's back. Are we live? Are we doing it? That was. Hey, we're live. What's up, everybody? I'm looking for a show. I'm looking for a song to sing, you guys, because we hear it every week. People are like, "Will you sing me a song, please?"
They really don't care about anything else we do.
Yeah, they're like talking.
They're like, "Hey, do me a favor. Maybe less buttholes, more songs."
A song about God. Okay.
A song about God.
Yeah. What's a?
Well, we did one of those.
Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? I have heard you calling in the night. Do you know? Oh, this one's kind of hard. Behind Blue Eyes. I just looked up that one.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it.
You know it?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, we know 5,000 songs. Listen.
I know, but
A song about God?
Complicated by Avril Lavigne. That's new. Creep by Radiohead. We could do that. Don't think twice. Was it Faith? George Michael?
Oh, you should play that one.
Want to do that?
You're really good at that one, bud.
Oh, shut up.
You're really good at it.
You're so stupid.
Is that what you're going to do?
I guess it kind of fits, doesn't it?
I like it.
I don't know. It's just kind of like you're not feeling,
You're not feeling particularly musical?
When you're not feeling the best that you want to do. Oh, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I hope not everybody's got a body like you. Oh, yeah, better think twice before you put my heart away. I'm through with all those games you play. 'Cause I play them too. Oh, but I need some time off from that emotion. Time to pick my heart up off the floor. But that love comes down without devotion. It takes a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you the door. Gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. Faith. Baby. Please don't go away. 'Cause you're giving me the blue. Baby. For this river becomes an ocean. For you pick my heart up off the floor. That love comes down without devotion. Well, it takes a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you the door. Faith, baby. God, that was
something.
That was great, buddy.
You're just tuning in.
That was great.
Expect every week. That's just for you.
That one just gets me horny. I was gonna say fired up, but you're not far away. Oh, dude, you got one of those new fidget spins, dude? You got a new fidget spin, dog? Why are your fingers so big, dog?
Hey, so does anybody got any questions?
Oh, yeah. What kind of a question you want to ask her?
Questions? We had 30 people in here.
Somebody said, "Get it, Benny. Get it, Benny. Behind butthole eyes." Okay,
Benny,
enough, you
what?
sickos. Enough.
Oh, hold on.
Enough of the potty talk. We should have some hail coming in. If Rachel Marie, if Weed Weather and whatever would like to. If you could spend an entire day with a celebrity, who would you pick?
Pee Wee Herman. He's dead, isn't he?
He's dead now.
Missed it!
No, actually, I think he'd be a great time right now.
Any celebrity.
I guess living is going to be the best way to go.
I'd rather hang out with Ben.
Well, one, you said that as though that was like a consolation. And I would rather hang out with Ben than a lot of people on the planet.
An actual
These guys, I tell you what.
Part of the cabal. Adam Sandler, easy. I don't think he's
Easy? That's your Insta call?
Insta call, easy, super easy. Adam Sandler.
My idea of celebrity is so goofy.
I'd choose Eva Mendes, and then I'd like take her to the beach on the Merrimack.
Yeah, I like Steve's answer. That's
show her a good time, dude.
No, that's bad. That's not bad. I'm sure she's a great time.
Yeah, you can't go wrong
You
with
can't
that.
go wrong with Eva Mendes. We'll spend a day together. Let's figure it out.
Is that the one you like, or do you like the other one?
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
What, Sofia Vergara? Because, yep.
And the other one. The one that kind of reminds me of Eva Mendes. That one.
Oh, Gina Gershon.
Oh, you're going to the old piggy bank of memories there, boy. Talk about memories? We're talking about memories. Don't mess that thing up, dude. Don't mess that thing up.
Bro, my face Range Rover's a face Pinto right now.
Yeah, what's going on with it?
It's just healing, and it's like it's like a
skin's
whole thing.
growing over it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a lot.
Why is
it's just
that
a lot,
happening?
but it's just
Okay. We do have some more questions from. I texted some of my real friends.
Let me figure out celebrity here, pal. I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Who'd be a fun one? Jason Sudeikis. I'd like to hang out with him for a day.
Sudeikis would be good.
I'm not convinced he's not in the cabal. I just think that he's like the one keeping things light.
I mean, are you gonna do
at the party? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's atrocity happening all around you, and everyone's acting like it's normal, and then Jason Sudeikis is like, "Guys, we gotta kind of. It's a little tight in here. You know, he starts doing the Running Man. Ooh-wee, you know,
that'd be a good one.
Jason Sudeikis isn't bad.
I wouldn't mind hanging out with Duncan Trussell, to be honest with you.
Donkey would be the jam.
I wouldn't mind hanging out with Donkey.
I would love to hang out with Duncan.
That'd be on my list.
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe like
just the few
Frank
minutes
Cusimano.
Well, that's probably doable. The few minutes that we did have with Duncan told me I need a whole weekend at Burning Man with that guy. How much fun would that be?
Dude, let's do it.
I would love to, but he can't
Do you wanna
stop
go to
having
Burning Man?
kids.
Do you want to go?
I really do. It's not cheap.
What if we just show up?
Then we're gonna just be dead in the desert.
What if we get beamed in? Like we'll go up in a plane.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll shoot light down from the plane. And
Jenna
then-
Curl, I'll give you some Jack Johnson.
Oh, well, we'll have a helicopter and we shoot 2 spotlights down. We just rent a helicopter.
Okay.
And we shoot 2 spotlights down. We each get on harnesses.
Rappel, but it looks like
But it
we're
looks
like
like-
tractor beaming down.
Like this.
Yes, dude, I'm into it. And that's our
at the middle of the
Burning
night.
Man
Yes.
art installation.
Yes, that's our first
That
one.
would be awesome.
The
And then we're
visitors.
like,
we
we
call
come-
it the visitors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you,
That's
dude. I
awesome.
just came
Let's
up
do
with that right
Let's
now,
do
dude.
that. All right. Get it, Benny, they said. Benny and the Buttholes.
Just going to read that. I think that's a winner.
I feel like Kiss by Prince should come after that. That's not a bad play. Adam Sandler. Everyone's liking that. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go, Steve? Greece?
I have to think about it.
Santorini?
Yeah, that's definitely on the list. If it's not Greece, it's going to be Japan or Australia, Sydney, Australia. I would love to see Sydney and then see I would love to go all around Australia.
The Australia is interesting because everybody lives in one little spot.
Yeah.
Of it. It is a remote, desolate wasteland.
I wouldn't mind just
where
checking
everything
it
wants
out
to kill you.
and be like, dude, everything's going to kill me out here.
I love the idea I've always loved the idea of going to Japan, out in the countryside of Japan. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Like some of those northern Chinese forests and jungles that are the best kept secret going.
tigers out
Dude,
there.
I want to check that out.
Forest, I hear, is wonderful.
That's in Japan. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
base of Mount Fuji.
Yeah. Fuji. You're right. Yeah.
Fiji's the water.
Mm-hmm.
And also another.
And some islands.
Place,
Yeah. He's the best intern
Yeah,
we've ever
he's
had.
good.
He's the
When
best
Mike wasn't
intern
even
we've
on.
ever had. Oh, that's even. Well, we picked you up. It's okay.
Play it.
Oh, he's got it. You also have a Price is Right losing horn too, if you ever want to if you really want to get down yourself. So I like
I
like
would go
those ideas.
anywhere.
Dude,
I'd go
I
anywhere.
love the idea of Greece too.
I want to travel, man. Take me anywhere with you.
There are some spots in Ethiopia. I was just seeing this the
Yeah.
other day, like the first Christian churches and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, I
I'm
would
in.
love
You know
to
I'm
go
in,
check.
dude.
I would love to go check that stuff out for sure.
Yeah, even We
I'd
kind
like to
of
go to Antarctica.
You don't.
I know.
But even like, we were kind of taught like, oh, the Middle East, it's like caves and tribe people and people just sheep herding. They're herding sheep. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. And then you see the pictures of their temples and their cities.
The mosaic
and
work
I know you're like, oh, yeah, some of what I was told was maybe a lie. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe some are. Or all of it.
We got some good ones rolling in here.
Oh,
Okay, so that was if you could travel anywhere. If you could make a new law or completely get rid of a current law in place, what would it be?
Ooh, if I could make a new law or get rid of a law.
Well, I would choose the latter.
To get rid of one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously. We're bastions of freedom here.
Yeah, I'm just not, yeah.
I mean, I would guess I would make drug usage not illegal and make it that you get treatment afterwards. And I would, if I had to make a law, I would say before you even get near me, you best have a bidet.
Bro,
that's
you're
the
speaking
law.
my language, man.
That's the law around
The law
me.
around here is you're not leaving your house.
I can smell it.
You're not leaving your house with a rusty ring.
It's
if
like
you know
when
what I
you
mean.
smoke and you go to another smoker's house, you have no idea.
Yep.
When you stop smoking and you go to another smoker's
You're like,
house,
whoa.
it stinks.
Bro.
When you're a wiper and another guy's a wiper, you
Oh,
can't
guys
smell
don't
it.
have a clue.
You have no
All
clue.
of a sudden, you're a wiper. You walk into a house full of bidet people, bud. All noses are on you.
Yep, yep, they can smell you coming
From a
from down the
mile away.
street where you were after we
From a
delivered those
mile
shirts.
away. Yes, exactly.
That's probably what. Did you not use the bidet that day? Is that why you had to walk so far? I thought so. He wasn't. I knew it.
I got locked out of my house.
I knew it. Oh, that's a bad beat.
Who is the most evil living person on Earth today? I think I know your answer.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I got her initials. Get out of my brain, Ben.
Oh yeah, maybe she's a 15,000-year-old vampire. That could possibly be it. She has the most influence right now. Scary. But I would have to say, like, the most truly evil person, like that personifies kind of that bad person character from the movies.
Klaus Schwab?
Dude, Klaus Schwab and Maria Abramovich. Both of them
Man,
can play.
Can I just tell you
super villains
that
of
Maria?
life.
I think it's Ibrahimovic.
No,
I think.
that's the guy who played.
Oh, that's the
soccer
soccer player. Yeah, Abramovich. You're right. What bums me out about that is before all of this crazy shit started going down, like I get it. Like I get the allure because I don't know what it was. I watched, like, you know me. You used to always make fun of me. I'm always watching, like, art documentaries and shit, and I'm like, look, I don't get it. I don't know what it is. But I'm in. Whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
I'm in. Like, I don't, like, all of
you'd
her
be a
old
marble guy, for God's sake. He'd be stark white from working with marble all day.
Yes.
You look like the Sandlot
Covered it,
when
yeah.
the vacuum explodes and it's just stark white.
Sandlot, a great movie,
but
almost
not as good as that one
let's see how
movie
good he
that
is here.
has kids in it.
What's
The
that
movie
one movie on the
that
first
kids
page, Ben?
that
Try to
have
help me
the
out here
movie.
on the first page.
There's a
on there.
movie
There's
with
a
kids that's not Sandlot, but
the
it's a
first
bunch of
page of
kids that they're playing sports. They're
if you had to
playing
pick
sports.
what was
What would that movie be if they were playing
It
sports?
was Little Giants. It was Little Giants. That's right, bud. It was almost as good. Sandlot was almost as good.
Could
as
he
Little
not find the button?
It's okay. It's fair. It's hard.
Did
to
he
find.
get it though?
He got it.
Okay.
He's good.
Sometimes I can't find the button, Steve. Sometimes.
The
Craig
most
told
evil person on the planet right now is someone I'm sure none of us know. So I'm going to try and segue to the next.
Frankie Muniz.
It's a good call. It's a good call.
Aaron
I think
Carter.
it's that pencil dick that runs Canada.
Trudeau.
I don't fucking like that guy.
I think I went on record saying, God, I wish America could have a charismatic.
I remember it vividly, and I was like,
Shut up. You don't remember. I barely remember
I
saying
remember
it
it vividly. It was March 12th,
And you thought,
2021.
I couldn't think this dude could get any dumber than he already was till he opened his mouth about Trudeau.
Background. And so, no, yeah, I don't know.
He's Castro's kid.
He's so hateable.
He's Castro's kid.
There is not one redeeming.
He's Castro's kid.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
I said that a lot. Ben, who you got?
Who's the most evil person ever?
Bing Crosby. That's great.
Crosby.
That's a
He
great
is
answer.
still alive. They say he is the one running.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one running the whole Hollywood fuck party.
Oh, I knew it. He's still the one. All right, hit us with another hard hitter. Hard
Craig is
hitting.
always posting about that smoke show, and I just want to put Vanna White into the ring because I've been binging.
Oh, here, I got a Zen up. Sorry, guys. I forgot my Zen.
Daddy. Zen me, Daddy. All right. I've been binging old episodes of The Wheel, and she's just amazing. I'm a big Vanna White fan. Full Legalization. Steve Pludra. Who's the most evil living person on earth today? My ex-husband. Okie dokie. Been to Santorini. It's the most beautiful place on earth. That is awesome. Australia's gorgeous too. Dang, you're a jet setter, Charity Trotter. Jason Brandstetter says Perth is awesome as well as Melbourne. I just watched Finding Nemo yesterday. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Was in Japan for 4 years, just south of Tokyo. It rocks as well. We got some well-traveled fans, pal.
I know, what?
If you could grow up in any decade to date, which one would you choose?
Ooh. I like this. I always wondered what it would be like to just be in that short era of the Cowboys, because we always think of like Cowboys as this big era, but like it wasn't that long at all. Like it was because the railroads came in and could start shipping cattle from place to place, so they didn't need really the Cowboys anymore. So the Cowboys went to these towns out west to try to either make a way for themselves, find some gold, become a little fur trader, boy. Trading fur, finding them buttons. So that would be kind of neat just to check that out. What I guess would be. It was after the Civil War. Civil War was what, 1860, 1850?
1865.
Is that what it was? Okay. So then a little bit after that is when, because a lot of the soldiers went to go rustle cattle, and then they didn't have to rustle cattle anymore, so they needed something else to do, and they went and just some lawless, wild times, dude. I think I would have done very well. I think I'm athletic enough to be able to have a decently fast gun. I don't think I'd be the fastest gun. I don't know. I'm built different.
This question prompts another one from me that I'm
built
in a
different.
second. I do want to kind of go back. I think that I didn't say this because it seems most on the nose and maybe most obvious, but I think that George Soros is probably the most evil man on the planet, and his new shithead son who's taking over operations.
He doesn't look evil, though.
George Soros? He looks like Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, dude.
He looks like he's wearing several different people's faces as a mask. And then he's just like, I'm 140. Hit me with another one. He's like, you can just scrape something
Take
off.
my skin.
They were all yelling for Little Giants. They knew it. Wrong answer. It's my ex-wife, Dr. Evil. Bing Crosby died 6 days before I was born. That's what you think. You're wrong. That's
He's
what you
alive.
Think. He's alive. He runs.
He goes by P. Diddy.
Finding gold.
He goes by B. Diddy.
Woke up in the morning
feeling like Bing Crosby. That was the original version.
I actually, what the hell was the question you were doing? Oh, time era, dude. I think that would be really tough. You kind of really piqued my interest with the Tartaria, like what was going on
Right at 1900s.
like that time frame that you're talking about. I'm into it, but I would rather be somewhere more metropolitan.
Yeah.
To see what was happening.
Would be wild, dude.
You're taking ship everywhere. I mean, months. You're budgeting months of time, and that is. So this brings me to my next one. So that's an interesting one. Dude, I just feel like everything I ever watched from the 70s, I'm like, man, our folks had it right. Dude, they had it right. Like, they had the coolest fashion. It was a good time, like, to be in America, and I know that, like, the 70s, like,
I was just about to say,
were like, not the greatest.
But there was no
culturally, we were so rich.
There was no advancement of any society that America saw from post-war to like 80s to where anyone who worked hard was making their way, and there was all this new stuff and new technology, and they were bringing so much to the rest of the world, and it was like, and there's been no time to where you could have bought a house in America in 55, and then in 70 and 80 you're like, oh my god, well, my dollar goes so far, and this is amazing, because it's
you're
like
buying a Corvette for $4,000
exactly, dude,
in the 60s, and that a middle class,
and now
owner
it's worth
could do
$1 million
that.
if you kept it in the garage.
That's for sure.
I ain't keeping my Corvette in a garage
because it's the American dream, bud. I'm supposed to drive this thing.
I'm a NASA astronaut,
dude.
Nastronaut. They missed.
They did miss.
We got to get a camera on this guy. We got to get a camera on him.
I know. So that prompted a question that I saw recently, and and based on the group that I was following, like, the answer didn't surprise me, but would you rather be in the top 1% of earners and wealth havers in the 1800s, the 1700s? So pick a century before then, or be in the 99% now in 2024? In other words, would you rather be filthy, stinking rich in the 1700s, or would you rather just be middle class? Do you think your quality of life would be better then or now if you were just a middle class earner now, like your situation now, versus being a royal in the 1600s?
Oh, listen, dear sir. I would be a royal, okay? Back in the 1700s, I would be eating at nice establishments, and I would have very tall ceilings.
Did they have plantations in the 1700s?
Yeah, I don't know why I was going plantation voice, but I was probably just deep inside me.
Sure they did.
Probably just why it came out. It's just an innate desire. So thank you. But like a French royal, I'm aristocrat, where the peasants, they try to come and take away all of my berries. I am the only one who gets berries around here. You think you can have berries? Yeah, see, I was built for that. But I'd also be like Amadeus. Have you ever seen the movie Amadeus? Yes. Where they're like, he's a wild man. He went up to a girl's boobs and was like, boozongas, or whatever. That movie was so weird, dude. You know?
Okay. So, just to make sure, okay, let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the question.
I'm sorry.
Do you think your quality of life would have been better as a royal in the 1700s than as it is right now where you're at today?
Yes!
Considering all of the creature comforts that you have now.
What creature comforts do I have?
I don't know, air conditioning,
I'm shooting
electricity, potable water,
I'm rich.
Women that clean themselves, bidets, all of these things.
I'll have a guy named Buell who shoots water out of his mouth. Into. I've never met a man named Buell. I've never heard of a man named Buell.
I mean, it's a motorcycle.
Buell, I looked into Buells.
Buells are sweet.
It's a Harley offshoot.
Mm-hmm.
Harleys aren't. Are they still made in America? America?
I think they're made in America.
All right, I just want to make sure. Because if Harley ain't being made in America anymore, we're shutting the show down.
We have
I like
questions
that.
rolling in.
Now they have the questions.
Yeah, sure. Do you think AI robots will end humanity, or do you think we do it ourselves?
Thank you.
Or do you think we do it ourselves? I love that. I love that we're ending. Something's ending it. Is it going to be us or them?
Just something a little low and outside.
Dude, look at you.
Low and outside.
Low and outside. You going the other way?
AI. No, I'm gonna yank that sucker. I'm gonna get out in front of it left-handed, and I'm gonna. turn my hands over and roll out.
And you roll those wrists, bud. Roll out
the first baseman.
And maybe if you're lucky, Billy Buckner kicks it.
I'm gonna run to the bases like this.
It wasn't equipment. It wasn't equipment this time.
That's my neck.
What do you think?
Quelle est la question? Quelle est la question?
Will AI and robots end humanity?
This is my wheelhouse. Of course, I remember the question. You silly, simple bastard.
Okay, I thought you grounded out.
AI will be the thing that tries to save us. AI is going to try to save us. That's why we need a revolution of grace. We need everyone to get on board, and it's happening. Everyone is, for lack of better terms, turning on. From grandmas to children at school, they are seeing behind the veil of what is happening.
Shout out to the grandmas.
Shout out to G-Malls in the house.
Yeah, man.
That's you brought one here as a date, which was cool. So I feel like you should.
Yeah,
I get it.
I met Gladys at bingo the other
The thing
night.
I like about Gladys is
Gladys,
we knew upon meeting her she's a bidet gal.
Oh,
She is a bidet gal. She's very clean.
she passed the sniff test.
Steve, that wasn't
Hey,
very.
Gladys,
that
get
wasn't
in
very
here.
cool. Nope. All right, fine.
Get in here. You don't need. You just
Gladys
get in here.
doesn't mind.
Okay.
So, well, what's going to happen is AI is going to be able to figure out solutions to all the problems we have now. Most every brilliant mind that is trying to make the world a better place, if we can get AI in the hands of them, we're going to turn on. No humans, unless they are wrecked as a baby, want to do harm to other humans, want to do harm to the world around them. We are going to change. We are going to evolve out of these people who want to run everything, run the show, because there will be no need for those people anymore, because AI will be so OP, as the kids say, that there will be no desire from those generations to be like, I'm going to have a corporation that runs everything. They're going to be like, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. You smarter than the AI they got going, figuring things out, how much food we need, our energy grid program, our did I say food? Food, energy, housing. Those are the three things. AI is going to be like, hey, dum-dums. We're going to 3D print some houses. This is how many people you have displaced. We flew a drone over. It caught a number of everybody. All the tech we have is so good if you want to use it that way. I think we will, because I think we will be forced to.
Oh man, I mean I love your optimism. I hope that I hope and pray that that's how that
dude,
works
talking
out.
to kids at the park, like just when I gather up a bunch of kids at the park and I'm like, I'm just taking a survey, and I just gather a bunch of random kids at the park and I'm like, hey, talk to me over here. And it's a secret.
Don't do that. Don't.
And then
I recommend everyone does this.
Gather a bunch of kids at the park.
To the park. Go to your local park right now. Wait there all night. Stand there.
And I'm going to come in. I'm going to come with you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look at these kids down the eye and say, half of you are going to play football for the best team in all of Ohio. Okay? The other half with this joker. Go figure. Go play in your little fort.
That sounds like something I've never heard of before in my life. What is that? What is that? Oh, it's Little Giants. He says he's good. He's good. He's good. He's on it. So yeah, I got big dreams for AI. I probably won't see it, but we are legitimately 5 years away from the machines being as smart. I worry more as smart as all humanity put together. I worry more about the dollar and stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's a reasonable worry.
Because I've had a lot of worries over like the last 10 years, but I'm like, I'm not smart enough to worry. I'm my mother's son. I'm my mother's son.
I mean, I see you. I did. I posted a Kyle Kinane video for you the other day. I don't know if you saw it or not. He has a whole bit about
biting nails,
chewing your nails, and I thought it was you up there giving the.
I love Kyle Kinane.
You will love this.
I
bit.
love Kyle Kinane.
I was like, this is Steve. Just the whole bit. It's phenomenal.
His riffing is world terrific. Class.
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna take option 3, which is I don't think that either will have the chance to kill us off. I think that's gonna happen with something.
Oh, you think a meteorite?
Yeah. I think a super volcano or Yeah, something's going to crash into the planet, and I think that that's going to reset us.
Well, if we have AI, do you think AI can make something that could
it better get to work fast because it's coming like next Thursday. It's coming like next Thursday, bud.
Yeah, you got your shoes on, you got your robe, you got your drink. You're like, here it comes, guys. It's coming to take us away.
I am gonna be the dude when that thing is in the sky. I'm gonna be like, well, we'll get another White Russian.
Yep. You're Woody Harrelson from that End of the World movie that he was in.
Zombieland.
Cheers. It was
Cheers.
It was the one where he's like the crazy guy out in the middle of the woods.
I'm with you, James. To go back to my
birds
question,
are all
I'll go with
flying
now
overhead.
as well. 100
The
years
Day
ago.
After Tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with John Cusack.
John Cusack.
Yeah.
Is it Cusack?
Yeah.
Dude, they canceled the Say Anything thing that he was coming to town or he was going to like talk about. It really bummed me out, pal.
Yeah, you were
I was
so
gonna go.
geared
I had
up.
front row seats.
Dang,
I was going to make out with John Cusack.
Cusack.
Self-sabotage seems to be
dick.
the human way. That's what some people say. Yeah, old cute dick. Technically, okay, that movie freaked me out.
You rang. Ben goes, you rang.
Bro, I'm lower middle class, but tripping LSD using a virtual reality helmet is pretty dope. Yeah. The Now is pretty awesome. I will say.
Tripping in
What's up, Joey?
VR. Wow, why have I never thought of that?
Oh, dude, when I first got
Holy mother.
When I first got my Oculus, like one of the Wook groups or whatever, this guy was like, he's wearing an Oculus. He's like on a heaping pile of trash in his bedroom. He's wearing an Oculus with a giant NOS bottle just in his mouth, and he's just ripping whippets as he's in virtual reality. And I'm like, that dude is living in the next century. He's figuring it out.
He's just walking into a door on The Sims, though. He's just like, meh.
He's like, why is everything so wobbly? Can we evolve beyond money, Steve?
We're going to have to, because money won't mean the same that it is. I have sat there in bed at night and gone down the rabbit hole of what is money, where did it come from, who was the first guy to say, hey, I got this piece of metal, will you give me a couple goats for it? And then you realize that money is just a trust. It's just something that, at one time it was pieces of silver, pieces of gold where they could print stuff, so as much as you had. But then they realized that it won't work. If we have tons of gold, tons of silver, it won't actually work. That if we divvy this all out, it's not the most conducive way to divvy out the value. We'll keep all of the gold and all of the silver, and then we'll print these pieces of paper, a trust, to go with it. And then after World War II, the Bank of England kind of figured out, which I'm sure they figured out while the war, that they could make the first central bank, and then all the central banks kind of, or was that after World War I?
They didn't have to. They no longer had to have an empire. They just said, "Hey, we'll give you all your stuff back.
Yes.
We're just going to hold all the money."
Yes, and all your investments and everything still has to run through us. That's how they kept their thumb on the pulse of what was going on around in the world. And then eventually it became. It didn't make sense to put all their resources into going to these places. They're like, shoot, we can just make money from a distance. We don't have to do it. So we're going to have to evolve beyond money as so that there will still be some sort of, I like the digital currencies. That's, at first it was tough for me to understand, but then, it's mining. It's kind of mining for the same thing. There's a certain amount, that it all kind of, it does get foggy at a place, cryptocurrency for me.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
but I do think that, like with universal base income, that means that we're all get a certain amount.
Do you think that that's a net positive for society?
I think if you have all of your needs met, there's a debate that is constant that I even heard again today. That is, if everybody's needs are met, and it was on Rogan, that
with Joey Diaz,
that people won't do anything anymore. And I think that is so. I think that's one of the biggest lies we've been sold as people, because you just take a look at people who have done it. And it's not like when they're like, I did it, I'm done, cool, sit back and don't bring out any more innovation to the world. It's like, no, now they got more time to bring more freaking innovation. And I think a world where people's needs are met at their basic level. So it's like, you get a 3D printed house, Your electric and water is taken care of. You get a little bit of health care, and there's great transportation. And your food, we figured out how to. I saw. Have you ever seen Salinas Valley? Is that the one in California? Salinas Valley,
so.
Where the produce that doesn't make it. Like the fields.
I'm only a little. I'm familiar with like the orange situation, where it's like the orange groves are just like when you drive past them, it's just rotting oranges.
Yes,
as far as you
that
can go.
there's so many that go bad, and so I'm like, dude, if we can deliver pizzas and packages with drones,
load them
then
in cannons,
load
fire those
them.
oranges
Yeah,
across.
start flipping those things out.
Here come potato guns.
Right in little Billy's mouth.
I suggest that we come back to
sound
some questions here in a little bit, but while we still have a lot of the captive Hoosier audience who participated in something,
How many people do we have watching? A million?
Yeah, we got a couple million right now between the 5 different platforms. Which, by the way, if you want to find us on Twitter now, it's now at the HoSo Show on Twitter.
On X.
Twitter. X.com, formerly Twitter.
The HoSo Show. Follow us. We have no followers right now.
Brand new. You could be the first
follower.
So let's find out who the first follower is.
Who's the first follower?
First follower, we're going to give you a prize.
We will?
I'll find something.
We'll sing them a song.
I will. Okay.
That was so sincere, dude.
I can do that. I can pick a couple out. You and I had a real brainstorm the other day, and it was a storm, bud. There was a storm on the horizon. One of my favorite comedies since the aughts was Accepted with Justin Long, and I think the first a movie with Jonah Hill. I think that was his first appearance, maybe in that.
Have you seen my wiener?
Yes,
that's
I have actually. But the premise of the movie is just goofy enough, and Lewis Black kills it and that. And everything. But like the idea is like the kid has to appease his parents, so he's gonna show them that he made it into a college, except the college doesn't exist, and it kind of snowballs, right?
Yep.
But then all these kids get there, and then they realize, well, what are we gonna do? Well, each one of them was like, well, I'm kind of good at this. I can teach you how to do this. The skateboarders teaching kids how to ollie and kick flip, whatever. So we were like, well, what if we did that? There are so many interesting, talented people in our group. And so, and with so many different modalities. And so you asked a question the other day that was basically, what's something that you love, that you would feel confident teaching. And what I would like to do is then challenge people. Some people gave whole lists. I would like to challenge people to then say, okay, now I want you to pick the one of those that you feel that you could teach a friend of yours. Bring them along for the journey. Are you into crocheting? Cool. Would you come and sit for 20 minutes with Steve and I, or an hour, whatever it takes, and teach us how to do this thing? I think that what we'll have is a bunch of people tuning in to celebrate Hoosiers. It's a way for us to do the Hoosier Highlight that we'd like to do.
203 people.
A lot of people commented on that.
Jeremiah, hotels, restaurants, insurance, and most things shady. Craig, psychedelics, man.
Yep. That's what we're talking about.
Mike, should I say this? Mike Linder, strength and conditioning coach. Gracie, jiu-jitsu, barbecue, mead making, breath work. James Thomas, audio, visual, lighting, internet.
I know, dude.
Wizard.
He's a wizard. He's a techno
Skittles, trees, chainsaws, ropes, knots, near-death experiences. Of course. What's wrong with me? What's happened to Skittles? Skittles just gave me a list. Billy Joseph, clouds and architecture, or cloud architecture. I'm not sure. We had a wrestling football coach.
Thank you for the stars, Kimberly. Thank you so much.
And then Kristen tried to get away with saying, she's like, since I work for a big ace, except she said the other word, POS company, she's just two of them. I know a bunch of BS that does not really matter in this world. I'm trying to learn stuff now. And she's a gardener.
What's up, Frank Harris? What's up,
I think a lot of people feel like that. They're like, the skills I've been taught are not skills necessary. Yes.
We live in a
AI can take care of all that for us.
I just feel like...
What happens when AI takes our jobs, Craig? Because it's going to take a ton of the jobs.
Yeah. You're going to find a way to produce value just like people have always, horseshoers adapted,
I get you. But what horseshoers didn't have every other industry to compete with
Thank
at
you
the
for the stars,
exact
Chris.
same time. It's like DVD players came out, CD players came out. What's horseshoes? Just, whatever that analogy you had, I'm sure that was good. That, all of those came out at the exact same time. They fixed all of the industries, and then there's all these people that are like, we all can't go work at the CD factory.
We got like
now
a
that
star
tapes-
party going on. People are donating
What?
stars like
Hit us
crazy.
with some stars, dude.
There's Kimberly just donated another 310. She said, "Now
Kimberly, settle
okay,
down
I'm
with
hopping
the
back on. I'm
stars,
sorry I
gal."
projected my seriousness into your play realm, general curiosity, but some thoughts are better in my head. Love you guys, and thanks for bringing joy and laughter to so many." Well, you missed the whole God talk, sis. You walked away after you.
Yeah, we're back to buttholes.
And now we made it. We've now come full circle.
That's our new handshake.
That's our new handshake right there. It's like an Illuminati.
Did you see what Steve and Craig were doing on there?
They're doing it. Check it out.
Dude, they're doing it. Check it out. Martial arts, old school video games, Greek and Norse mythology, anatomy, physiology. That's all from Pixel Madison.
Okay.
Get at her, him.
Him.
If you want some, get at them.
Yeah, I don't know how he wants to.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna put that on him. I'm not gonna put that on Pixel.
You don't have to explain yourself, sis. I'm busting chops. All right, so everybody
she does have
explain
to
yourself.
explain herself.
So the idea is, and this is what we want to do. We want to start HoSo University. Oh, now Neil's sending stars. Guys, we got a star party. We got a star party.
The sister of yours is one of the reasons why this HoSo University should exist. I want her to be the first class teacher.
Belinda's
on
shooting
there.
stars. We got to
The star
Hey, hit the
party,
give me the skibbity. Go to the next page. Give me the skibbity.
I'm ready.
No, the skibbity, bud. It's right.
Shit.
The skibbity. It's right above that one. It's right above it.
My style is ridiculous.
Give me the dum dum dum, yes yes. Give me the dum dum nim nim. Give me the dum dum dum, yes yes. Give me the dum dum nim nim.
That's a star party, guy. We did it. We did it. Star party up in the
What
house.
does that mean?
I have no
We're
idea.
millionaires.
Yeah, we just
now?
made enough to quit finally. Guys,
Finally,
we didn't mean to
dude.
tell you this is the last show. This is the last show. It's the last show.
Good job. If we get 10 million stars, we'll quit
Right now.
Right
we
now.
never tried that. It's like the old
They're
National
like-
Lampoons with the gun to the dog's heads, like buy
Yeah,
this magazine
yeah, or
or the
I'll
dog
shoot
gets
this
it.
dog
This
in
is
the
the same
face.
thing. Give us 10 million stars or we're going to keep making this
You
show.
want me to get my dog? Yep, yeah, I gave him that one.
Please.
That's a good one.
So, HoSo University. This is something we really want to roll
Anon
out.
is the first one. First class. I want to see her go
100%.
live and just tell us a little bit about what she
We
knows.
want to talk about, and we featured her, Hoosier Highlight. She's pinned to the top of the page. She's teaching a Kundalini intensive with Ravi Singh. This dude is one of the great Kundalini teachers for the last.
Kundalini,
Dude, I posted that. That
Did
is
I
such a funny
mention Kundalini?
That's so good, right?
good, dude.
But if anybody is interested in Kundalini Yoga, she's got an intensive coming up. Also, I want to bring her on the show to talk about combo. I've had
the little snacks combos.
I love combos.
Yeah, those were good.
Favorite combo flavor?
Oh, peanut
Pizza with
butter.
pretzel?
I do that.
I like
do
the
that.
pizza with
I do
pretzel.
peanut butter too. I do peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
I think
Little
they have
savory-
peanut butter, right?
they got-
Yeah,
they got
salty
a
and
sweet
savory.
one. Okay. Okay. She says she's in. So if you're
She's
telling
the
me if
first
I make
teach.
a live show about little giants, I can retire.
No, that's our deal.
That's you don't.
That's our deal. Okay.
You don't sip on another man's Kool-Aid.
Samantha Dawn makes sourdough. I got to know
We
that.
got a few sourdough makers up in the
Homesteading. We got a lot of homesteaders and foragers in
This
here.
is the deal. When the crap hits the fan, bud, and it will,
Yeah,
we got a lot of
100%
people
will.
to help us build this thing
Yep,
out. A
we
lot
gotta
of
build it
gardeners.
back, build
a lot
back
of
better.
gardeners. We are building back better than
Kush
ever
coach,
before.
gardening, teaching, fighting, and being done in towns. Those are his four
He
things.
is the best.
Fighting. I would love to fight that guy.
I would pay
I would
everything.
love
I would,
to
I would pay my
absolutely
life
wreck
savings
that
to see
dude.
it. I would.
Because I know he has
especially-
training, but it's like, have you Come on,
Have
dude.
you seen the Missouri Madman?
Yeah, dude. I grew up on Tennessee Avenue.
You're a State Street kid.
Dog. Like, it's just.
Tennessee? I thought you were on Alabama or something.
Yeah, no, I'm Tennessee, dude.
Okay.
You're the only 10.
You're the only 10 I see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Then Tyler Winehouse is like, I'm a funny guy, sitting down and standing up. And then I realized he actually he was a paraplegic, and then he learned to walk.
And he learned how to walk
So I was
again.
all
You felt
mad
like a
again.
real
Yeah, I
idiot.
did.
Shout out Tyler Winehouse.
Shout out Tyler Winehouse. Keep.
I
doing-
will fight
keep doing
Jeffrey
it.
Kush, Coach Mid. Minnesota and Merrimack. Oh, dang.
Who?
That sounds like that's Kim Mahoney.
Oh, Kim Mahoney. That makes sense.
Minnesota and Merrimack. That's what St.
She
Anthony's
gets
of
it.
Padua.
She
St.
gets
Anthony
it.
of Padua?
That's why we vibing. That's
Right
why
down
we
the
vibing.
road. I mean, their steeple was
Oh,
6
yeah.
feet shorter than Resurrections. No,
Then sitting
no one's
down,
keeping
standing up guy. We got Daniel Eli who says, "I can do everything. Build a home."
The guy is a Renaissance
He's
man.
a Renaissance man, dude. So what's he gonna teach? Lucky Yang. I want him to do a fishing show and invite us on it.
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Adam,
I want you to teach me how to mud and tape.
I'll do it.
And I'll tell you why. Because every time I do it, I'm like, this shouldn't
It's
be
not that
so
hard.
vexing.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
don't
bad. Even other carpenters like, it's
the worst. You know why? Because it forces patience. You can't. It's not a one-day job.
No, a mud and taping day.
It's not a
three-day
one-day job.
that-
You got to float. You got to let stuff dry. You got to float it, sand it. You got to do
sure.
it again. And I'm heavy on the sander. That's the problem.
I don't have to sand much at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I laid the mud in there thin enough. I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have to come back here and get
You
too
don't
heavy.
want to have to sand.
And then all of a sudden you start saying, sand it too much.
Yep.
Now I
Bring
got to
it
lay
back in
more
the
mud in
paper.
there.
Oh, man,
you know, it's
no,
just
I
a
ain't doing
mess.
that. I ain't doing that.
Just a mess. Hoso Purge Party. Matt's in on offering a group combo circle at a Hoso rate.
Okay.
Okay, we can put that together. I'm going to tell you, I had a combo experience.
Let's hear it. What is combo?
Combo is you get it's a frog medicine. Basically, the combo frog. It's a poison. They do little burns on your skin. You can do different points.
As
on
you're
your body.
explaining this, you're like, I'm explaining this right now.
I'm explaining it, and I'm not doing it enough justice. But I will tell you, I didn't know what to expect from it. It's not a psychoactive medicine in the way like when you think about like psychedelic medicine or anything like that. And it was explained to me. Well, it's a purgative, so it's going to you're going to vomit. That's the whole purpose of the whole thing. Is it puts it on. You drink a bunch of water beforehand. You have a fast beforehand. And I'm going to give you the cliff notes because I want Jacqueline to actually come on and teach us about this. But my experience with it.
No, we'll do it where these people think they're experts in something, and then you come on.
That's
and
what
you
I was
just,
hoping to do.
And you just be like, actually, this is
This
how
is
it's
all
done.
I can. What I'll say about. I didn't know what my intention should be going into it, and it was like, explained to me that it works really well as like a manifestation tool. Like if you want to bring in some prosperity and things like that, it's focus on that as you're working through the ceremony. And I can't explain the why, but what I can tell you is after I did it, things were happening at work that weren't even on my horizon. That all of a sudden, like I was now being considered for huge accounts. Money was rolling in, hitting big commissions.
Just from combo, baby?
It just happened after combo. You want to call it a coincidence? That's fine. But it's one of those things where I want to do it again.
Water real quick.
I want to do it again. It's a very interesting medicine. And put on a saddle and rope, and it feels so much safer. I'm scared of tree climbing. I'm buying extra gear to teach recreational tree climbing soon. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's really cool. Skittles wants. Oh, that's my drink.
Hi.
That is pretty cool.
That's my drink. That's awesome.
Oh, well, why'd you move the court? Oh, my.
We got a situation here. Oh my gosh. We're good, man. Thank you. Thanks for being on top of it.
Thank you, honey.
No, I love that idea. I told Skittles the other day. I saw Skittles. By the way, shout out to the Hoosiers, bud. A buddy of ours, one of the greats in the group that like comes to these events, and every time, and I had to tell him this the other day. He's like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need help, and I don't know who I'm gonna ask. And I go, are you actually serious right now? Or what you're saying? I was like, put one post in the group You are the most celebrated person that I know in the group. Like, everybody loves you. And our boy Matt Neal needed some help. And the next thing you know, bud, all of us start showing up over after work. There's like 10 of us there just helping them pack some stuff up, take time out. That's what it's all about, dude. It is awesome.
Matt
to
is
see
literally
all of us
the
come
nicest
together.
guy
He's the best.
ever.
He's the best. And so that's like, it reinforced just another thing that I love about what we're doing. And whenever we question what we're doing, whenever we question what we're doing and whether or not it's worth anything, and if we're putting anything of value into the world, then you see the actual community come together in times of need. And it's always like the most humble, soft-spoken person that doesn't think that, they have this support network, and you're like, oh, I don't think you're actually. They're so focused on making the situation better for other people all the time that they don't realize that same thing is available to them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was just really heartwarming, dude, for all of us to show up and help the dude out. He truly is the nicest guy. That's what everyone's saying. Ben Pitzer, what you doing? That's what they're asking.
I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I guess, for a minute.
I'm just sitting here
trying to find myself.
I look behind myself.
Do
you know the lyrics like I do? I was hoping
no.
Oh, look at that. There he is right there. It's the best to see the tribe created here. I don't know what voice is working. Steve's over on the ones and twos.
I'm
having
rocking
a good
it right
old
now,
time.
dude. I'm rocking
He's
it
rocking
right
it. So, HoSo University, that's the thing I want to talk about before we start getting back into taking questions from the audience. I want everybody to think of the one thing, gun to your head, you have to teach. You're confident enough in your knowledge of it and your ability to teach others in it that you want to share that with the group, and all of us will be better. So when Skittles was helping me with Matt the other day, I was like, dude, I would take a Skittles knot tying class. I want to learn how to work ropes like that tree rigger that Skittles is. That dude, and he just said he's got he's ordering an extra harness kit to teach people how to climb trees. Let's go. I'll put the spikes on, Jack.
If he has a 3X harness, I'm in.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's what I'm waiting on. Serenade us, boys. What's up, Nathan Forbush? Can't sleep with him, though. Keeps it too cold. All right. So anyway, we're coming up on the second break. We're going to come back. We're going to play a couple tunes. We had Jack Johnson requested. That's how I feel whenever Jack Johnson. Don't mind if I do. So I got a Jack Johnson tune that I can play, bud, and
Mickey banana pancake. Mickey banana pancake.
But like everything else that Steve and I do, I'll play the slower, softer one, and then Steve's gonna come in and play the happy song. You know,
I like
it's
it.
a yin and yang thing.
Let's
We're
do
gonna
that.
play two songs after the break. Yes. Oh, guys, too much fun on the soundboard. Okay, here's the deal. We need you guys to load up some questions for the third hour.
Booyaka, booyaka!
And then after this break, we're going to play some music.
So guys, pay attention in this third hour, because guess what's going to happen? More of this. And a lot more of this. Thanks. We'll see you right after these messages from our sponsor, which we don't have yet. But
That's Monsanto, but we didn't get their bit. Just pick any of them that's not Psychedelic Revolution.
The Treasury Department intends to pursue a relentless warfare against the despicable, dope-peddling vulture who preys on the weakness of his fellow man.
Forget everything you know about America's war on drugs. Where it started, when it started, and most importantly, who was involved. This is a war we are still fighting today. A war that began at the beginning of the 20th century. The illicit international drug trade was created and structured by some of the most notorious gangsters in American history. This is the untold history of America's original drug lords.
I seen all these bombed out buildings, all this violence. What are you doing? This is your neighborhood. These are your people.
St. Louis is often described as one of the most divided cities in the country.
The opioid crisis is the biggest public health emergency.
Are solved with a gun.
The number of homicides in St. Louis this year passed 200.
This is about making a human connection.
You have to be able to see that there is some good down the road.
I wanted to go where nobody else will, where everybody's scared to go. Show that God hasn't forgotten.
What about the nights when the pistol's getting popped? Is you there? You telling me to quit? You might as well. It ain't working. Man, I can't do that, man. Your camera's off now. This real shit. What's the point in having faith if you're not going to take a risk, if you're not going to take a chance, if you're not going to put yourself in harm's way for the sake of a greater good? What's the point? Well, you can tell it's Friday night. Y'all, let's have a word of prayer real quick. Lord, we praise you. We thank you for your goodness and your mercy. We thank you. I've seen this city, and I've seen the spirit of these people, and I've watched these folks fight for their neighborhoods, street by street, house by house. I started to say I hate to be so preachy, but I am a preacher. But anyway, we're just so blessed. Say hi, Reverend Brown.
Hey, everybody, hello.
All right, somebody wants to tag Jenna Kroll. She asked for some Jack Johnson, so let's play a couple of them. I'll start out with one here.
Children's laughter sang, skipping just like the stones they threw. Their voices echoed across the way. It's getting late, but it was just another night with the sunset and a moonrise not so far behind. Give us just enough light to lay down beneath the stars. Listen to Papa's translations of the stories across the sky. We drew our own constellation. The west winds often last too long. Wind may calm down, nothing ever feels the same. And sheltered under the Kamani tree, waiting for the passing rain. Clouds keep moving to uncover the scene. Stars above us chasing the day away to find the stories that we sometimes need. Listen close enough, all else fades. Fades away, but it was just another night with the sunset and a moonrise not so far behind to give us just enough light to lay down underneath the stars. Listen to Papa's translations of the stories across the sky. We
drew our own constellation. All right. There we go. Constellations by our guy JJ.
We had a request, so we did it. Which we usually don't.
We don't take requests. What's the deal? What was I doing?
What happened?
What am I doing? I don't take requests.
Well, we forgot.
Nobody tells the DJ what to play.
Welcome back to the third part of Hoosier Sophisticate. Do we want to end with I'll end with my Jack Johnson song.
Cool.
Well, we're gonna do two Jack.
They don't care about what we have to say. Sing a song if you want to.
We'll do this one.
We'll do one more?
We'll do this one. Then we're going to end with one, too?
Yeah, we'll end with one, too. We're playing songs tonight, Palerino.
Sitting, waiting, wishing.
Okay, sure.
I think I just need if I can remember the chords correctly.
I was going to say, you got this, bud.
Well, I was sitting, waiting, wishing you believed in superstition. Then maybe you see the signs. Well, Lord knows that this world is cruel. I ain't the Lord, no, I'm just a fool. We know love ain't so easy to do. Must I always be waiting, waiting on you? Must I always be waiting, playing the fool? Well, I sang the songs, I danced the dance, gave your friends all the chance. Putting up with them wasn't worth never having you. Maybe you've been through this before, but it's my first time, so please ignore the next few lines, cause they're directed at you. Must I always be waiting, waiting on you? Must I always be playing, playing the fool? Keep playing my part, only it's not my scene. Want to be plot to twist, I've had enough mystery. Keep building it up and shooting it down. Well, I'm already down. Now wait a minute. Just you waiting. So just you waiting. Sitting waiting. If I was in your position, I'd put down all my ammunition. I wonder why it taken me so long. The Lord knows that I'm not you, and if I was, I wouldn't be so cruel. Waiting on love ain't so easy to do. Must I always be waiting, waiting on you? Must I always be playing, playing the fool? Must I always be waiting, waiting on you?
Well done, sir. Well done, sir.
There it is.
All right, I'm dying. I got two zen. I got a little too zen.
I know. The sixes will get you, dude.
I got a little zenny. Beyond my pay grade, buddy. Turn his mic up, Ben. Killing it. Turn his mic up, Ben. Okay. Welcome back.
Do we want to read anyone's tarot? Does anyone want their tarot?
Hey, I'll tell you what. The first person that says they want their tarot read, we're going to read it for you.
Tag your friend who wants to be tarot read.
I like reading tarot. You want to know why, Steve? Because today is April Fool's Day. Let me get this. Today's April Fool's Day, pal. And April Fool's Day makes me think of the Fool. Okay, and the Fool is the 0 card in the deck. And I had something explained to me via podcast not all that long ago. that was kind of interesting. The Fool is like, if you think of the tarot deck, and this is like a slug trying to explain particle physics. So do your best to bear with me.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Just a brainless idiot.
I do.
Like just mimicking.
I know. Parrot, just a monkey parrot.
I'm gonna teach you about tarot.
It's a chicken. It's not
Good job.
Thanks.
You're good.
But I had to explain like the tarot is the journey of the Fool throughout the deck, and the different archetypes that they will come across, commingle with, the different things, and I like the idea of the Fool is like maybe a little moving through life with a little reckless abandon, maybe not as present, but always optimistic towards the future, which I think is like. Obviously, I think the more, as before we get too sidebarred, like the more that we can shrink the moment, we talk about this, the more that we can be here now, some real Ram Dass jazz, right? Be here now. The smaller moments we can make, the more control we're going to have over our outcome, over our, and there's always going to be free radical things that kind of happen to the experience that alter it. And as those things come at us, our ability to kind of slow them down in front of it. It's like when you're in stroke in any kind of sport, especially like a team sport or
alpha brain waves kicking,
where things just slow down. You're moving probably faster than you normally do, but everything feels like it's in slow motion around. You're like, you have a telepathy about you where you kind of know where the guy's going to center the ball or whatever, however that looks. And so I feel like the Fool has so much to learn about being present, but what a gift to look towards tomorrow with optimism and with this like this I can't miss
vigor
kind of attitude. Yeah, a little vigor. A little vigor. I like that. Okay, let's see here. What do we got? Drive them nuts. They're back there just smashing buttons. Oh,
we just do? They talking about me?
No, they were actually talking about Ben not knowing how to. For what it's worth, let me take my guy Ben off the cross here.
It's a good time for it.
It's a good time for it. He is risen. And so we literally just sat this man down, and about 8 seconds.
I love how you picked him up.
Oh, that
was great.
Listen,
on your back, still a little spin.
He Ubered me here. I got Ubered here by Craig. It was luxurious.
It's great. Craig's Uber service. It doesn't run in Hillsboro, so I could probably make a mint out there. I can make a mint out there. Just running Craig's Uber.
You're doing it anyway.
Kruber.
You might as well take you might as well take a passenger.
Hans Gruber.
All right, maintaining impulse control. I appreciate you maintaining your impulses over there, bud.
Don't control.
So who's hang on, did we have anybody that said they want to have their tarot read? I think Rachel. Okay, Rachel Marie, you want your tarot read? We're gonna do it.
Rachel Marie wants her tarot read.
You want your tarot read, Rachel Marie? Fine. Strap in, because it's about to get real for you. Now, Benny, we didn't teach you this one, Steve. I'm going to get this set up. If you want to pull that closer, get us shuffled up. Guys, this is a little segment we call Sports Tarot, okay? Oh, no. You're okay. It's all right. We're okay. Oh, good job. You put it right back where it was. Nice, pal.
Not bad.
Nice. All right, I'm going to get us set up over here. You get us shuffled up. Rachel Marie, this is your Sports Tarot.
No, that's just letting them know.
Just letting them know. All right. Do you want to shuffle these in?
No.
All right, we'll leave them out. All right. This is the first card. Now, we had a really strong reading, I believe, for CJ and Rachel the last time we read tarot. I think we skipped tarot last week. So, looky who's here, just in time.
Just in time? Who's just in time?
Well, he's actually a guy that teaches guitar online. Oh. No, there's a gentleman who just joined, and I actually, it's funny. He's as done as anybody's ever been.
And he wants to rumble?
He doesn't know that you were. He doesn't know.
His head is going to be right here. And I'm just gonna be like one of these.
Oh, you're just gonna squeeze his head like a watermelon and just pop it? Yeah. Okay.
Don't let him get me.
Now Skittles is backtracking. He said, "I was just talking smack because you weren't here, man.
I didn't mean it.
I didn't mean. I was just kidding. Nobody. Steve didn't really mean that he wanted to fight you." All right, here we go. First card, Rachel from Weed Weather, whatever. Tune in on Wednesdays. Tune in on Wednesday nights to get all your weather and weed fixins and whatever. And your whatever. You want some whatever fixins? I'm a big whatever fan. Hey, whatever.
I do need some weather though too. All right, don't look.
Get in here deep, bud. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Good start. Good start.
It's a good start. Let's see if that wants to. Okay, that, my friend, probably. Let's
know
just.
Who that is?
I know who that is. Do they know who it is? Because
you know what this guy does.
I have something. I'll tell you what he doesn't do. He doesn't do this.
Nope.
He doesn't do this, bud. I mean, he does this.
He did that.
He did that
but to prove
that he
doesn't do that. Yes. You got a big moment in your life coming up?
Rachel, this is what we need you to do. Right now, it feels like your team needs you to pull together.
Yep.
They're looking for the guy to give the ball to listen, they need 6 3-pointers in 35 seconds.
I think it was 3 and 11 or something. It was
unbelievable.
Crazy. Yeah.
What most would consider the impossible.
That's exactly
that's
what
what's
my next
that's
thing.
what that's important. That's what the important thing is here.
Yes. Anybody
right now,
can win a game with a last second shot. Sure, fine. You got a problem. You can usually find a solution.
But we're talking about a darn near double-digit deficit.
Yes. Something that's never been done.
With barely double-digit time.
Yeah.
Okay. Seems impossible.
Yes.
But they looked to their leader, Reggie Miller.
It's kind of a warrior card to a certain extent.
It is. Well, I think of it, and I wonder if it's maybe my Star Trek knowledge that kind of
use it.
Excuse me a little bit.
Use it.
Because he's a Ferengi. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ferengis, but if you look at Reggie Miller, he's definitely got Ferengi blood, which makes him also an expert trader in the galaxy. But I don't want to get too sidebarred here on his looks and his hair and his blood.
Okay.
That's a little weird.
You focus on that a lot.
I do. I try to because it typically tells us who's good and who's not.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good decider.
But Rachel, your team is dependent on you to take the rock. There's nobody else to dish it to. Dependability and also expert skill. It's ice in the veins. Ice water in the veins.
Star power mixed with ice in the veins.
Played in a small market forever.
Yeah.
Played in the smallest market
Never
forever.
won a championship though.
Is that true?
Yep.
That sounds about right. Got close.
Karl Malone.
Got close.
Best guys never won a championship.
Although Karl Malone didn't turn out to be one of the best guys. He actually
best rebounder and scorer.
Yeah, he's mailman, and except he was really like doing what mailmen are accused of. You know what I mean? Yeah. He has sired a lot of other men's children, or so they thought. Anyway, Rachel, you are the star player of the Starling clan, and you. I'm sorry, I just got derailed. You're the star player of the Starling clan, and they need to give you the ball, and you should feel confident in your ability to take it to the hole.
Wait till you team this card up with that one. Just wait. Just wait, sir. Just wait till you team.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, my lady. Listen. This is an important card.
That's a big one.
This is one of what I think is one of the most powerful cards in the deck.
Tactician, wisdom, strength.
Genius level.
Yeah.
An outside the box thinker that when everybody else was going one direction, he was like, if we are the best at going this direction, they won't have an answer for us. They're all built to compete with this other game. We're making a new game, and we're going to be the best at it.
And it's going to be fast and beautiful, and people are going to long for the days when you were running. If you team this card up, so you got your superstar ice water veins, you got your star power. You team this up with the tactician card on top of it.
Then the X's and O's come to fruition.
Yes.
Then whatever you draw up, that person brings it together.
Exactly.
And I also want to throw another interesting little tidbit about that particular card and the Hoosier family as it is. we're Missouri bred.
River people.
Missouri made. We're river people. True sons. Even though we took her in. We
Yeah.
took her in from the Dakotas.
We will. We'll do that.
I think she's got some Minnesota in her.
Yeah, okay.
But
I'm from South Dakota, eh?
That's Southern Canada. But Whitey Herzog is a Missouri. Like, it's not just a St. Louis. Like, he is also celebrated in Kansas City.
Yep.
And he was a genius tactician there, too.
He was born in New Athens, Illinois.
Oh, that's right. That's right across the river, bud. You know all about New Athens.
Yeah, I know about old Athens, I know about current Athens, and I know about New Athens.
Yeah, you're a president. Let's get to the next card. This is really a nice reading so far here.
Those two cards, you can
I wish I pulled them for myself.
Move mountains.
My goodness. Because that's what every coach suffers from. Everything works out when you're drawing it up.
You need
on
one of
a deal.
these.
You got to have somebody that brings it all together. Man, all right, let's see. Here we go. I'm coming at you with card number 3 here. Rachel, right now, you got a real strong reading. If you just go for it, is the answer right now. Betty's here. Oh, well.
The quiz.
Okay.
The quiz master.
Also,
the quiz master.
Also, can we also talk about how he was also
Kansas
a celebrated
City.
Royal
Yes!
and Cardinal?
Wow.
Listen,
That's wild.
This kind of doubles down on what I was saying
That is
before.
wild.
Dan Quisenberry. This kind of ties into the Whitey thing. This is another message that don't be afraid to go against the flow, right?
10 years at the Royals. And
this was just after
his
this was
first
after
year
his
at the
first year
Cardinals. Wow, first year in St. Louis after 10 years in Kansas City.
What's interesting about the quiz is that nobody pitched like him. Since that, nobody threw a side on, almost underhand.
He was a closer who racked up saves, had a sub-2 ERA, but that is the deciding factor. He did things other people did.
By changing arm slots, the same pitch is different if you throw it 4 different ways. And so he
the
didn't
most
have,
unique
he didn't
style.
have the overpowering stuff. He was a finesse pitcher. And even when that stuff wasn't working that great, he was just going to change his arm slot. The way that he pitched was so unorthodox compared to his contemporaries that people didn't know what to do with them.
They had no idea.
They
had never seen anything like it.
This goes in with the Whitey ball ethos, which is like, we're going to do it differently. It's still within the rules of the game. It's just different, and it's going to yield success. I don't think Rachel has to be told that it's okay to go against the grain. I think that she's happy to celebrate to go against the grain.
100,000,000%.
So far, this might be the most accurate reading we've had yet.
You got superstar ability.
Yes.
You have a tactician who can draw up the X's and O's to make the superstar, to allow the superstar to show the superstar. You have a person who is going to use unorthodox methods.
Crafty, unorthodox methods. A trickster, if you will.
I was thinking
a trickster. Somebody that's going to kind of turn the scene on its head just a little bit, just to change some perspective.
Bravery.
'Cause that's what we're doing here. Dan Quisenberry is a perspective card. Okay?
Yep.
The perspective.
Change your perspective from
a slider
here.
looks awful
Perspective
different
from
when it's
here.
coming from below the knee. Darn near
Remember he would
ankle.
throw that one pitch like
Yeah,
this
he'd come
across
back
his
with
body.
a spinning back fist.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was crazy.
All right, last one for you.
Wow, this one is good. This one is good.
Yeah, I got a real good feeling about this.
I do too. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get in there deep, like you know how I like to do, bud. I like to get in there real deep, like. Was that Sheldon?
This is a moments card.
It is. Okay.
This is not only is this a collection series, collector's choice, Tim Shovelday. There's one famous moment about Tim Shovelday
in St. Louis, anyway,
in this town, and this guy was a star. He won championships. He was everything you wanted in your last defense, because it's a defense card.
It is.
It's a defense against all things that are coming in that are trying to harm you and your family, all that stuff. But it's a moments card, because with all of these things happening, you are going to find yourself in this moment. The superstar has to find his moment. The tactician has to find his moment. The unorthodox has to find his moment.
And those moments aren't
Here
made
comes
possible
Shovel
until
Day.
you have a guy.
Here comes Shovel Day. One of the moment that brought everyone to their feet. even the people who were fighting against him had respect for what this card was doing.
Oh, my guy's in a scrap? All of my guys are in a scrap?
Here comes Shovel Day.
Yes.
Here comes Shovel Day.
And
you may take a few to the
you're
dome.
going to take a couple
You're
off
going
the
to take a
noggin.
couple.
That's life.
It's fine.
That's life. You're going to take a couple off the old grape. That's okay.
Yes.
It's
If you
okay.
don't, you haven't lived.
But also, to go back to your moments, all those guys are waiting for their moments. Those moments never come if the stability isn't provided by your backstop. All the other moments, you have to get through to that nice little break in time where the moment can actually come to fruition. And that doesn't happen without a backstop.
Yeah, but you got to have one.
Without the
You
last
gotta
line
have
of
one.
defense. Rachel Marie, my gosh.
Also,
let's just do one thing. Goalie, goaltender. And you know who else is tender? Rachel Marie.
Yeah, wow, nailed it.
Guys, listen,
Nailed it.
we'll read Sports Terror. We'll come back to that. I'm waiting for my moment to get started in that town. Well, why don't you try coming to it, pal? Hey, why don't you try coming to this town, bud?
Not going to happen, bud. Not in this town. Not while I'm here.
Rotating background.
Not while I'm the sheriff
Just
here.
for a minute. Wow, that was fun. If anybody else
That
wants
was
their
a
sports,
good one.
If anybody else wants to have their Sports Tarot read, put it. Say me. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta say me.
You're damn right. What grain, says Rachel Marie.
Okay, going against the grain. That's what she's talking.
I don't even sport, says Skittles.
But I bet you.
I
all
bet
of
he
this
likes
resonates.
the tarot. I bet he likes
I
that.
don't know that.
Fire reading.
Thanks,
We gonna read
dude.
Skittles?
Have we ever read you Skittles?
I don't think
Skittles.
so.
Wait, Kush Coach wants to be read. Have we ever read him?
Okay. Let's read the
Have you
coat.
read
Let's
it?
read the
Bring us
coat.
back to the tarot screen, Benny. Kush Coat, this is your tarot. Okay, you pick his.
All right, Kush Coach. I've been waiting to do this for, I don't know, like
Since the last time
15 seconds since we mentioned it.
Since the last time you knocked him out.
Oh, dude, remember that when I
did.
saw him?
Like,
And he was like,
it was really weird because
he's like, Steve, get off of
like,
me.
weren't even flat.
Yeah,
He
dude.
was
And
just
then
like, he's like,
I was punching him on the bottom of his
bottom
feet.
Ooh, that actually-
I got an
And the next-
Airbnb with Kush Coach one time. True story.
Really?
Yeah, we judged a weed competition together.
I was
Oh,
actually.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was fun. It
Was
was
he
a blast.
gentle?
Yeah, he's a neat guy. He's a super neat guy. Very
He's
kind
super
fellow.
He really is.
Yeah.
Impressive beard also.
I know.
Yeah.
Nice beard on him.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I called
Anyway.
him Beardo one time. He didn't like it. I go, hey, Beardo.
Hey, Beardo.
Yeah, and he's like, stop that.
Don't you think
Stop
you used to call me that as a kid?
Yeah,
You
'cause
never
I was-
call me a Beardo
I
again.
was a baby. I was born with a beard.
All right.
Here we go. I am putting. This is the Kush Coach call.
It's a little squirrely.
Yeah.
My.
Wow.
Good.
This works.
Yes.
This works. This
Oh
actually works. I had my doubts. I had my doubts.
Goodness. Okay.
I'm actually gonna let Craig run because this is
My favorite.
This is his guy.
To me, the greatest that ever was. Joe Montana. Now, buddy,
Not Joe Montana.
not Joe Montana, who was great in the movie Airheads.
Yes.
Really great in the movie
Great
Airheads.
DJ.
This is Joe Montana, though. And Joe Montana was a stud. from
Champion's
Notre Dame.
champion.
He's a That's exactly right. When it came to the big time, he never lost.
Nope.
Never once.
Nope.
Never one time. Took a beating. Played in a time. He played in a time when they weren't, they didn't wrap our quarterbacks up in little bubble wrap and say, you can't do
a drop hip tackle. You can't tackle him by their hips. Don't touch him. He's wearing a pink little mesh shirt over the top.
Save it.
Standing in the pocket. What are you looking for? Oh, yeah. We're standing in the pocket. This guy is waiting for Jerry Rice to get open, which wasn't hard. He was going to take one on the chin. He's going to stand there as long as he needed to in order to deliver the perfect pass. Now, something really monumental happened in my life in 1993, bud.
Oh, I can only imagine
that was-
what people felt about that.
For me, it was my favorite player was coming to my favorite team and was going to solve the heinous quarterback problem.
Years of
which Some of you young Kansas City
Bad.
Chief fan folk, you don't even know how good you got it.
You
with what
got
you got
no
now.
clue.
Because some of us had to watch Marty Schottenheimer run 3 yards in a cloud of dust at the most boring offense of all time forever and losing the AFC Championship time and time again, leaving Craig in a heaping pile of tears.
I was an Elvis Gerbach guy.
Elvis Gerbach came in. He was serviceable. He was fine. He was fine. Steve Bono. There was a handful
Bono
of
was
them. They
good.
were all there. Joe Montana is the consummate leader. Coach, you are a leader. I see you all the time in threads all over the place. You're just trying to give people the winning formula because that's what it takes. It takes a winner to highlight the winning path.
Some say quarterbacks are a general. Some say quarterbacks are, popular. Some say quarterbacks are coaches. And it's literally in his name. And this is like having a coach. This is like having a coach on the field. Okay? Kush coach, that's a nice leadoff. That's a nice leadoff.
That's a great leadoff. Let's get the next card.
I moved to KC from San Jose the year before Montana came to KC. Grew up going to Candlestick Park and watching Montana throw to Rice, James Thomas. Oh, my God, dude.
Love it, dude.
That's amazing.
I love it, dude.
Oh, I mean, it's like...
Those Niners teams were awesome. You want to talk... Well, I don't know. I don't know if his card's in here, so I won't bring him up yet. But Ronnie Lott, he's probably not in here. But Ronnie Lott had his finger amputated in the middle of the game. Yeah, and went back in. He's like, I want to go kill somebody now. I'm good. That's the game we used to play, pal. That's the game I love.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Arguably the greatest pitching season, and that is factoring in Bob Gibson's 1967 season. Yes. This man was a comet that crashed into Earth. Nobody knew what to do with one Dwight Doc Gooden.
Well, he was the drug master, and so is Kush Coach. If anybody's an expert in drugs, it's this guy right here. And you know what they said to him in New York?
What's that?
At the end of his kind of reign there, you know what they said?
You're done in this
That's
town.
what the general manager said to
Which
him.
was really weird
when he got traded.
Which was really weird because he ended up in that town with the Yankees.
Yeah, that's true. Where else did he go? Is that it?
I think that's it.
Listen, this guy was no angel.
He had 4 plus. He had 4 plus pitches.
He was
His
18,
whole
he was 18 when he made his debut.
Every one of his pitches was elite. Like he had the best fastball, he had the best slider, he had the best curveball, best changeup going.
You know what? And we usually go pretty positive on cards here. But I'm going to change that up right now.
Hey, listen, it's not about positive or
No,
negative. It's
not
just
at
what
all.
the cards
It's just
say.
what the card
It's
is
how
telling
you
me.
interpret the card for the person you're reading for.
Listen, this is a young phenom who had the world by the
giblets.
Short and curlies.
Short and curlies.
And he threw it all away. It's a warning that
This
Kush
is a warning
Coach,
card.
Kush Coach has
Don't fly too close to the sun.
everything that it takes to do whatever he thinks is right and good. He has the power to spread so much good. He's a phenom. But also, he is seconds away at any moment of throwing everything away.
Yep.
And being
All it takes is 1 or 2 bad friends
just
with bad
one-
habits.
Yep.
1 or
Just-
2 bad ones.
If he meets a guy named Grape or Blueberry or, heaven forbid, Strawberry,
oh my goodness,
don't hang out with him.
Don't do that.
One of them lives here. Strawberry or good?
Probably, yeah.
Daryl Strawberry.
Well, I know they.
One of
both
them
kind
lives here.
frequent I know Strawberry. My mom always said that Strawberry was the coolest big leaguer out of all of them, best tipper out of all of them. I talked about it on the show before. Like those dudes in the '80s
They knew
were
how to
just
do it.
having.
They were having
fun,
a good
dude.
time.
They were having fun, and that's also an important message.
It's a warning.
Have some fun.
It's a warning. You're this, but you can be this at just like any. And Kush Coach
but-
might not even see it coming.
Point to either one of those at any given time. You're the best.
100%.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh yep. This.
Oh man. This place. That, my friends, Kush Coach, if you don't know, that is the secret weapon. The secret weapon is the.
I thought about not doing that. I shouldn't have done that.
I love that you're instant.
Grito. For Jose Oquendo because I was excited because he was my favorite.
I thought it was okay. Dude, Jose Oquendo. I don't think that there's any personality.
He's a sweetheart.
Willie McGee. Like,
Yeah,
there's
maybe.
not a couple.
No.
Like, there's no non-Hall of Famer that carries the clout that man carries in this town.
Hey, Craig, what did he become?
He is not done in this town.
What did he become after he was a hero of this town as a player?
Probably the most brilliant coach, and the reason that
Probably.
the Cardinals. All of us are angry that he's not our manager now.
Yep.
He is. There's a lot of reasons behind the scenes why the Cardinals had an obscene run of winning seasons and tradition, and that dude was a big part of it.
Yep, the secret weapon.
He played all 9 positions,
and they only have one of 2 or 3 guys to play all 9 positions in one game.
Yep, I think
he
he's
did
the only
twice.
one.
Did he do it twice?
I think so, but I think he's the only one. That's an incredible feat in and of itself.
I'm gonna look that up.
Anywho, the secret weapon is I don't really remember. I guess maybe there's 1 or 2 clips. I do remember him and Ozzie Smith is one of my favorite clips, actually, where they just threw down with this dude that came in hard.
Will
at second
Clark.
base. Was it? It was
Will Clark.
It was Will Clark. But other than that, Oquendo's just like a gentle soul, just like our guy Kush Coach. He's a gentle soul. He knows everything there is to know about his craft, about every position. If you want to be a great grower, you've got to know about soil health. You've got to know about good genetics. You've got to know about CalMag deficiency. You've got to know about you got to know about all kinds of things. And you can't just know a little bit.
Oh, he never did it.
You got to know all.
He played 8
in one game. Did anybody do all 9 in one game?
Yeah, 5 guys.
No, they didn't. What, like old Pork Chop McGillicuddy in 1842?
Yep.
We got to start.
Pork Chop McGillicuddy did. He played 11 positions. The game was different back then.
They still called it back when we called it rounders. Let's see. Not even kidding. We've been friends since middle school, bro. I have a friend named Blueberry, is what he said.
No.
Stay away from Blueberry.
Way.
2 liters and a guy blasted.
Yeah,
out
he
of his
played
mind.
all 9 positions in
2
one
liters
game.
and a guy blasted out of his mind. So far, we're on point. He said. Okay.
He's a Puerto Rican infielder. He's got that's like a little bit of his little spice.
Oh, he's got the Rican flair,
dude.
bud.
I love Jose Oquendo.
I love that man.
He's the secret weapon.
I think Kush Coach is our secret.
Oh God, I love it. Let's get his last one. I love that card.
As much cannabis as we've been fortunate enough to share with our friends, and probably the most stoned I've ever been off of one joint was with our boy out in Grand Junction. He had like some kind of crazy Congolese land race or something, and it put me on Jupiter, pal.
Well, he's always saying like, the higher the THC, the better the weed.
Dude, he says
all you
every
should care
time he's
about
like,
is
any of you people talking
percentage.
about terpenes and flavonoids don't know anything.
Yep.
It's about pure THC percentage.
And he's always like, grow whatever. Don't even care where the seeds come from. Call it whatever name you want to. Make
try
up your own
to do it in
name.
gravel. The soil doesn't even
and
matter.
he's like, as many chemicals as you can sprinkle on it. Do it.
That's the Doc Gooden.
That's the Doc Gooden. He's like,
last card. Oh, teammate.
Wait.
Wait. All right.
Is this the year he got
rolled up?
110, 107, 109 stolen bases.
That's incredible. That doesn't happen, dude.
This is the thief card. This will steal your heart. He'll steal your girl. He'll steal away all your bad feelings and turn them into good ones. He's quick. He's agile. He's able to maneuver a tough landscape better than almost anyone to ever do it.
Unbelievable.
Vince Coleman, this card, he came to spring training, and they said, Dal Maxville, I believe was our general manager at the time, and he says, you get your reps in because you're going back down to AAA. We appreciate everything. This is when he first came up. And he said, sir, with all due respect, I'll be on the big league squad by the time opening day. And Maxville goes, oh, okay, I like the attitude.
Kid's got moxie.
Like the attitude. Let's see. He proceeds to steal base after base after base. And in my memory, the catalyst to the Whitey Herzog, Okendo, Ozzie Smith days. He was our leadoff guy. Well, him and Willie would trade off as leadoff.
Yeah, I think Willie hit a little further down the order
because Willie,
yeah.
So
when Vince was in the line,
was it Vince and then Okendo, or Ozzie was in the 2-hole?
Yeah, Okendo usually hit
before Pena or something.
7th or 8th.
Yeah, but that card with its abilities to make things happen in a short time and totally inspire a city, a team, an idea.
Nothing gets a baseball team on a roll. There went the Zennies. Nothing. I know, but nothing gets a baseball team on a roll like speed. Like greasy, greasy, slick speed.
I meant that way.
You know, because speed's, hey, you know what? I remember you came out and played softball with us one time, bounced one down the third base line, and I'm like, oh, he's on. But buddy, it's a bunch of old men out there. They're never ready for the guy that's
never.
And I get it. I'm definitely dudes. I'm guys sliding. I'm doing it. We're playing a ball game.
Yeah, I'm
what we're
competitive.
Doing. We're playing a ball game. And just seeing you leg out a little single, and I'm like, it's my guy. And the next thing you know, a little base knock, you score from first. And I'm like, a little bit of speed puts a different pep in our step here. Somebody hits a bomb, and that's fun. Everybody gets excited, but it's home runs are rally killers. Speed, though.
Yeah, it gets things exciting. The other team doesn't know what
they don't know
to do.
They start getting flustered.
Yeah, they don't know what base to throw it to.
Also,
because I'll run to any
also
base.
Important thing to know. Also, this definitely pertains to Kush Coach with the Vince Coleman card. Been known to randomly just chuck M80s into crowds of people.
Yep. Gets drunk real quick, real
and just
fast.
Launches explosives into the middle.
We'll get rolled up by Gardner's tarps.
Yeah, for sure. State. This is also a this is a warning because you spend a lot of time in the garden.
Yeah.
So
jump for a tarp,
you're
roll
going
you
to
up.
be tempted every now and then to just like maybe not put things up all the way. You're like, oh, I got all this stuff.
Yeah.
I can put that up later. I can put it up tomorrow. Next thing you know, you got a trip hazard in the middle of your.
You're done.
It's going to tear your Achilles. Okay, you're going to miss the rest of the growing season.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Be careful in the garden, is what we're saying here, Kush. But you're a leader for the most part. You got some greasy, slick wheels. You know every facet of the game of the game that you're in.
Look at that. What's he doing? Laying down a little probably sacrifice bunt. Probably going to leg it out.
Bunting for a hit.
Yep. The first baseman's off the bag a little bit.
Why don't you throw me out, bud? Why don't you just try and throw me
God,
out?
I like that, dude. I like that.
You know what? Make a play.
Do it.
And you know what? When they do, you're like, all right.
That's what you do.
Can you do it twice?
Oh, dang. This guy is feeling it tonight, boy.
Yeah, you feel it twice?
He's a leader.
The leader.
He's a phenom, a young phenom that anything
All
could
the
go
skill
wrong
in the
at
world,
any second.
but
So
has
he should
put-
always
but
keep
has
his
yes.
head, but like, look, he should always be like,
Has produced, always looking over his
yeah, he
shoulder.
should always, because that could his
Like kind of twitch.
Yeah, his life could end at any second.
Any moment. He's a secret weapon, dude.
Yeah.
He's a secret weapon. He's our secret weapon.
Yeah, he is. Because we didn't
Just
know
not
that
in
he
this
could
town.
fight. I started talking crap on him. I didn't really know him that well, but I was like, oh, that guy, he probably wants to fight. He's done in this town. And he's like, yeah, actually, I've trained Krav Maga since I was 3 months old. His dad took him to Krav Maga when he was 3 months old, and this kid was beating
He'll kill you with your car keys.
30-year-old man up at 6 months old. Because he had a beard. Everyone was like, little beardo, baby.
Beardo,
Little
you're such a beardo.
Yeah, dude. That got him.
All right, buddy. Give us a rotating background there, Benny. Kush Coach, hope you enjoyed your sports tarot. Steve-O, let's start winding this thing down.
That was fun.
Let's put a challenge.
Good night,
out there.
everybody.
Let's put a challenge out there to all of the Hoosiers. Think of that one thing that you can teach, and then let us celebrate you. Let us learn from you and celebrate one of those things. You might think it's minuscule. It adds value to somebody in this group.
Yep.
Somebody wants to learn it.
Go live. Pick a time in the group. Go live.
Get a hold of us.
Get out of
We'll
your
shoot it
shell.
with you.
Yeah, I would love that.
I would love that too.
Make it about me. Okay.
Yeah, we'll put you in front of a green screen, kiddo.
I would love anyone to just be fired up about what they do and what they can help others achieve. That's the name of the game, baby.
I want to shout out our boy Benny Pitts.
Benny Pitts, dude, doing the dang thing.
Love you guys.
I love you too, bud.
Love
you can
you
come
too,
over
man.
here and riff with us anytime.
Appreciate it. It's been a good
funny.
time.
I'm a fan.
He's
I'm a
sneaky
big old
fun.
fan. I know. I told you we're about
shucks.
to add him to the roster, pal.
Love it.
That's
I'm here for it.
We got another one. What's one that we do, bud?
We do that one. That's like pineapples and the grocery store.
Oh, hang on. I remember that one.
Pineapples and the grocery store when we're going to the village downtown.
Okay.
Downtown. Yeah, what was that, D? And the village downtown. Pineapples at the grocery store. Telling me everything is going fine. Pineapples at the grocery store. I will just take a bath when I get home. Not at the grocery store. Not gonna take a bath again. He knows it. I took a bath at the grocery store, and now I am on the news. And they say there's just a little man walking away with his dreams in his hands. Pineapples at the grocery store in his hands. Wait, what else was in his hands? There was also walnuts. There was some trick cereal, and there was also a little bit of
Cowabunga.
Great show, guys. Great show. We really did. We